Hello, Internet, and welcome to Tales of Terragia. I'm your Dungeon Master and Cosmic Tour Guide, Nick Salentino, and I have the 2024 Dice Rolling Champions with me. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
I want to on record that before this stream started, our player Steven rolled like 8 nat 20s just practicing in a row, so we'll see how the rest of this...
Compared to the ones.
Yeah.
We're going to see if fate is going to even things out or kind of even things out, you know what I'm saying?
It's so random.
Steven's doing no checks tonight.
Yeah, I'm done.
Did them all.
Last time, the second law arrived in the city of Kowrie, a massive city-sized storage facility blocked into one monolithic structure. Once called the Vaults of Abenthal, where the entire kingdom would keep its resources, now simply referred to as the Pantry. Somewhere anything can be found, so long as you know where to look. You grabbed a couple of supplies from the local traders while you were here, or in some cases, you switched a potion of healing with a potion of poison and forgot which one was which. So now, Zakkai, you have a potion of something. Literally a potion designed to look and taste and everything in every way match a potion of healing, but could do poison damage instead, and you're not quite sure which one you got.
Potion of maybe.
So potion of maybe.
Potion of possibility.
That's there you go.
It's optimistic.
Harmony, you sent off Goran's maps back to your school as part of your final project, and Basil and Nik-Nak both ran into Pilka, the halfling smuggler from Port Elsewhere, who seemed to have some connection to this city's black market, which Zakkai found out was located on the 14th floor. So now, second law, you're standing on the 31st floor, dedicated to arcane antiquities. What are you guys doing?
You guys are mid-conversation with...
I think we were talking to Pilka, yeah. And we got the name of the organizer?
Yes, he mentioned
the front door.
He mentioned Kowrie, who
that's
seems
right.
to be in charge of the black market on this, or in this city.
So, Pilka, do you have any business down in the black market?
Well, I mean, I was hoping to, but you know, it business fluctuates.
Yeah.
With supply, demand, and all the in between and stuff like that.
What do you got?
Well, just you wait. And he starts like rifling through his pockets, clearly like trying to find something. Like, you know what? I left it in my trousers of holding, and they're back at the inn. And so I'm gonna have to make a pit stop over in my room.
Where are you staying at?
I'm staying at the steam house. It's down on the water irrigation level.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe we could stay there a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
5
also
stars is practically the Ritz.
we're also looking for a place to stay, so maybe we can see you there later.
Yeah, come on down. What do I care?
So we'll see you at the black market.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Actually, you know what? I think it'd be safer for you guys if I went along.
Oh, well,
You know.
yeah, sure, right?
More the merrier, I
Sure,
guess.
yeah. I mean, we could get in ourselves, obviously, but it might be easy. Or
And so could I. I could also easily get in myself.
okay, insight check.
Roll insight check.
Sounds like hell yeah.
Yeah.
10.
10.
I imagine the rest of us were like kind of off to the side.
Yeah, they're having a conversation.
With a 10, you pick up on that Pilka knows. They know how to get into the black market floor. Whether or not they feel welcome there is a different story.
Oh. All right, then. We'll see you. We'll see you there. Yeah. No names, right? No names.
Oh no, yeah, no. They never heard of. Actually, I actually don't even know your guys' names. So
We never told you our names.
I mean, I got a mind like a steel trap, so you must not have.
Oh,
And you know what? Great. Plausible deniability. I don't want to know anything.
that's a good point.
Names are very important.
Yeah. Well, not Pilka.
That's right.
Okay. Well,
Al-Kip.
yeah. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually not bad. As like an
Is that
alias or something. Sure. Yeah. All right. Come on. Well, we got a lot of stairs to climb down. You two ready?
Oh, well,
Yeah, we just have to go get the rest of our.
the rest of our friends.
Mhm.
I think they're also shopping around. Well, I mean, we could also maybe find you later in the inn, or did you want to come with us shopping?
You know what? I tend to freeze up in a crowd. I know it's hard to believe with my stunning, captivating personality. But how about I just meet you guys down on the 14th floor?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
That's easy.
All right. Great. Yeah. I'll see you there. And he kind of like scampers off.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way.
Looks like we can get in.
Neat. We should find the others and tell them
Yeah, let's go get them.
about Al-Kip.
Looking at random bottles and
Yeah.
like watching.
Hey!
Oh.
Whoa, so who was that?
Like strut up to them.
Really proudly.
We,
Have some information. I
yes, we might have an inn on the 14th floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little friend of ours tipped us off, and he's gonna meet us there.
You got friends here. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
When is he meeting us down there?
We didn't ask.
Where?
I'm no longer
meeting
impressed.
him on the.
On the 14th.
On the 14th floor.
Where the market
There's-
is, yeah.
So we just go there now
guess you-
and
Well, he has to.
Is he going there now?
I think he's got to stop and get something from his pants, and then he's gonna meet us here. He forgot something in his pants.
he forgot his pants?
Is he not wear?
I think he was wearing pants.
No, he was
but
definitely wearing.
He said he forgot his trousers of holding.
Yeah. Stuff. He needs his
Okay. Yeah.
Should
So we give it. Okay.
So we just
So
wait
we-
for a
we could
second?
probably
or-
get
is it
there.
suspicious if we stand around waiting?
Well,
Or do we have?
we
things
wanted
to
to
Yeah,
shop
we need to-
around
we
here,
need to
right? The
find stuff
arcane
here
floor to
first.
see if we could find a magical
Yeah.
navigating system of some kind.
Okay,
for
yeah.
the
We'll
Lost
play
Woods.
it cool.
Yeah.
And we'll shop a little more and make him wait for us.
Yeah, he'll probably wait for us. Also, we know the name of the person who runs it, so even if he isn't there, we can just drop that name and probably
always-
get
And that
That's
won't
an
be weird if
Excellent
you
idea.
ask for that person and they don't know who you are.
Maybe it's one of those where if you know their name, it's like a sign that
You're
you know
in.
you knew somebody who knew somebody,
That's
and
definitely
that's
it.
how they.
I see.
He
Like,
apparently runs
validate you.
it, so he might be like the head person. So
You
like,
can't just drop the name of a place and expect to get in. Most people know the names of places they're trying to get into. But hopefully your friend is just going to be waiting for us, yeah?
He'll probably be waiting.
Okay.
After he gets his pants.
He needs his pants.
After he gets his pants.
That's good.
Well, let's shop around. I didn't really get a good chance to look at things. I was spying on you guys. So let's
Oh.
let's make our rounds.
Saw some nice necklaces over there.
And I guess I'll just look for anything if I don't know.
I think we should look for like some sort of. Is there a like magical like cartography, something along the lines of like
Navigation.
You know, navigation.
Yeah.
It's something that looks like parchments and quills and astrolabes and like you know that
We'll
sort of
yeah,
vibe.
start with a navigation
Yeah,
specific
yeah,
stall.
yeah.
Then we'll just branch out and
Yeah.
see.
Or whatever's closest enough to that,
Yeah.
you know.
I gotcha. Each of you roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna die.
Ooh.
Stop!
Are you serious?
Cheating!
I found it.
That's what I need.
No!
Yes. Plus nothing.
That's crazy.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Well, I still got a 22.
That's crazy.
I imagine I'm
You
just
also
like
have
drawing
No.
lines
Okay,
like
total.
in the sand
Or
with my sword,
investigation.
like where we're going. And I'm just meandering around, and I'm just like and just like hit the sign. In place and like, neat.
At the same time that I'm like, this, or like right after, I'm like, oh, yeah, I was thinking that place too.
Indeed, it is a place that has like kind of like as you described, a lot of, it looks like Dumbledore's office. There's a lot of like astrolabes and like mechanical pieces hanging from little like stall parts. There is a gnomish individual running the stand. Short little fella wearing kind of, remember the guy who like opened the gate who was like, wanted to password or wanted to know.
Nobody sees the wizard.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That guy, the little Emerald City guy. He's wearing that outfit. Kind of like really short hair, and gnomish fashion and style is usually a bit more poof. So he's got like hair with it normally would have like kind of like the silver on the sides here, but it's like bright green and it kind of goes a little bit too far and kind of off the head a little bit. Big like kind of ascot that bunches up here. Introduces himself as Osmit, but kind of like hurries up to the front of the stop as soon as he sees like suppliers. As you kind of also notice, this floor probably doesn't get as much foot traffic as the other floors, mostly because if people are looking for magical objects, they're assuming they're going to be pricey, or they don't know how to use them, and this is kind of just reserved for the people that actually know what they're doing kind of floor. So he's eager to see anyone that might have any inclination what they're actually doing instead of someone who just wants to something magic. So he kind of runs up. Greetings, welcome to my arcane antiquities vault. How could I help you?
This is a beautiful shop you have.
Oh, thank you.
We are looking for something that will assist us in kind of finding our way somewhere that we've never been, maybe someplace confusing, or help
Streets
us.
of Grisha.
Yeah, or
Exactly.
yes,
That's where we're going.
probably yeah.
Well, we don't want normal maps.
Right, and then or maybe something that would help us kind of know which direction we're going in a very unusual, sort of shifty place.
Oh, well, that's in.
Because cities are very
Interesting.
confusing to me.
I mean, Grisha is quite a large city. It is the
All those
capital of
blocks.
Abenthal. I would imagine it would be quite easy to navigate there. But I have something that might assist you. If I have something that focuses on where you're going and one that's focused on where you've been. Is either of those interest you?
Yeah, those both
Both.
might be nice.
For the
Both.
where you're going
Both.
item, what if we don't know for sure, kind of, say on a map where exactly that point would be? How specific do we need to know?
Well, that is sort of the beauty of it. And he kind of walks over and takes this little black obsidian stone that has a bunch of little very tight metal bands that have kind of been like welded onto it, almost like holding the stone together. He kind of holds up the orb. This is once I find what it's actually called.
What is it?
This is an orb of passage. You simply say where you would like to go, and it will move in the most direct path towards it. And keep in mind that the more familiar you are with the destination, the more accurate it is. I mean, you could technically tell it somewhere you've never been before, but its path might not always be as accurate or as safe or direct. But it will definitely head in that direction.
That could still be
sounds
very
It sounds
useful.
extremely useful, yes.
I'm not
It sounds okay.
unfamiliar with
No.
the building in Grisha we're going to.
People have never haggled a day in
Yes,
their lives.
I'm sure.
Well, what is the other item that you have?
This, on quite the other end of the spectrum, kind of puts the orb down and kind of walks over and opens a little. It looks almost like a jewelry or ring kind of case, and he pops it open. Inside is a little metal clockwork beetle with the sort of like thorax of its body being a quill like nib. It's like, this is, once I find what it's called, this is a clockwork ink beetle. If you set it down on a parchment, it will map out where you have been. It will keep track of that and sort of make a trail and map out where you've been. And it will also kind of take in the surrounding areas. You will have to forgive it. Its magic only reaches about maybe a little less than a mile around you, but it will do its job. It'll sort of map out where you've been and keep track and keep you from getting lost.
That could
Did-
also be very
Does that do like automatically? Like just Do you
Yeah,
just,
does
like,
it
sit
fill
down,
in? Do I just
or,
hold
like,
a map with
Oh,
the
no.
beetle on it while we walk?
It will, even if he takes a
Like,
book
put it in
and
my
opens
backpack?
it. He takes a book, opens it, takes the beetle out, puts it, and closes the book, and then walks in a little circle, and then comes back, opens the book, and the beetle has etched a little circle into the page. It will work even if you're not actively using it, so long as it has enough parchment to work with and enough you keep it filled with ink. It will continue to work.
What if the map that I have is maybe not 100% accurate?
Does it make corrections?
I mean, it will not alter anything that's already been mapped. It will simply make additions in its own whatever it is able to ascertain.
Fascinating.
What do you
Those are the only things I'm afraid of.
I
Having
think it would be really cool.
traversal.
It's a neat little beetle.
Two sides of the same coin you've got with those items. That's quite
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
I'm not sure which one would be more helpful. What do you guys think?
I like them both.
I think the beetle seems really useful.
How much are these?
Let's see. I've got the orb of passage, about 45 gold pieces, and the ink beetle is a piece of fine machinery. I'm charging 55 for that one.
Oh,
Well, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna discuss. We'll move
course,
a
of course.
couple feet
thank
over.
You, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I
They
mean,
sound highly useful.
they both could be very useful. I think for where we're going, but also after that too. I mean, my map is missing some parts, so I would worry that the beetle by itself might not be the most reliable.
Well, I think actually maybe the beetle might be able to help find things that we can't see. So like if it puts things on a map that just does it automatically, like within a mile of us, like might be able to not see stuff that we don't know is around.
I don't know if it
I don't
adds
think
to
it
your.
does that.
I think it just
Oh.
traces
It
where
traces
you go.
where you've been.
My
Which
one.
You
would
have to
still
go
be
a place
helpful.
and then it would
But
create
if we
the
go,
map.
So if I'll pull out like my copy of the map, or actually it's the original one. But so see how there's pretty large blank spaces. I think if we were to walk through the blank space, the beetle would just make a line, and we still wouldn't really know
Yeah, with
what
the rest
the
of the topography.
of that area looks like. But
The
it would
beetle-
at least still show us where we've been.
The beetle would be nice because didn't they say that a lot of people don't know how to get
on
back
back
out?
out.
the way back.
And at least
Yeah,
we could
although
retrace our
I'm not
steps
getting
by
stuck in the
watching.
woods.
If it does have some arcane element to why people get lost there, potentially the beetle could be confounded by that. So there's no guarantee that whatever's happening,
If
the
it's a
effect
magical-
in there might dupe this little piece of machinery, although it does seem quite fantastical.
And if it's a machinery, then maybe Nik-Nak can like make it better or fix it somehow too.
that's
Yeah,
true.
I'd love to take a look at
He
it.
can get
That's
real into
true.
details.
Well, the orb could at least point us in a general direction.
And that could be useful for many things too.
Yeah.
They both could be useful for many things, really. How much do we have altogether?
It would be 18-ish gold pieces each to buy both as a group.
Oh, I've got that for sure.
I could
Well,
do that.
well, Nik-Nak, you gave me some money beforehand, so I still have some of it left over extra.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because I didn't get any metal left over, so I have a little extra too. So I have some.
I still have some of my travel allowance.
Well, I don't have much, but I don't want to get lost in the woods forever, so...
If we can swing both of them, I think they would work well in tandem.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the guy.
The beetle? Sorry. Just a question.
I got it.
Thanks, thanks, Ops. Just a question about the beetle.
Yes.
How would it work if, say, you used it in a place that changes? Like maybe if you took it to once.
Oh, well, I suppose in a city like Once that actually moves and changes, think of it as the map would change, but the beetle's route would not.
Okay, so still reliable, but it's the map then. That's the
Yeah, it sounds like you have a faulty location rather than a faulty ink beetle.
Okay, good to know. In case we ever end up in Wands.
And once, yes.
Well,
Need
we
to
were
find our
going
way
there
around.
after Grisha, so
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Quite a trek, my
Yes,
goodness.
our travel itinerary. Indeed.
We've really tried to cram a lot into a short timeline.
It seems like it. Oh, my goodness.
That's the best way to travel.
Friend Harmony is a scholar.
Yes, I noticed you wear the markings of a.
We
a
were wondering
study.
if there was a discount.
Well, yes,
Perhaps
you know,
75 for both items.
since I'm given a somewhat limited travel allowance on these expeditions for Prismari, if there's anything you could do to help a student of cartography.
Well, I suppose I'd make a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on, bitch.
Ooh, natural 20!
Yeah!
Woo!
28.
Certainly.
That's right.
I would never intervene or hinder the learning of a fellow mage's.
My cartography tools, I kind of bump my bag so they kind of are sticking out a little more. And
play up the. Look how much I'm interested in.
look, we have stuff in common.
I absolutely. That deal sounds more than fair. So if that's
Thank you
75
so
for the
much.
pair, yes.
Wow. Polar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull out at least 40 of it because I think that's probably what you gave me before in my contribution as well.
Oh.
So there's a bit from before. I don't know.
35 with the remainder, 7 each for the rest of them. Right? Is that the math?
I'm going to exceed my math ability for the day.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did this fast in your head.
For people that
It took
play
me
with
20
math
minutes to
rocks
first sum.
quite often, we don't know math very well.
I believe 35 by 5 is 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just removed 7, so.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, certainly. And he kind of collects the gold. Collects the gold, hands over the Orb of Passage and the Clockwork Ink Beetle. You can add those to your inventory, whoever wants them.
Well,
Harmony.
do you mind if I
You can
hold
hold
on
the
to
beetle.
them?
Or
Sure,
both.
you've got the map.
Or okay.
I often do the scouting ahead for the
Oh.
route, so possibly.
The orb.
You also have a
Do you
lot
wanna
of
hold
ink
the
too.
orb,
And I
Anara?
have plenty. I can, yeah, and if
Give them both to her.
is it something that affects a particular kind of skill, or does it really matter who?
No,
does
it doesn't.
So, I don't know,
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
whichever.
I vote Anara holds it.
Orb of passage. Did you
Mhm.
say?
And what was the beetle called?
Clockwork Ink Beetle. Ink Beetle, all one word. If there's anything else that you are seeking on your travels, I also have a skillet that heats itself. I have, let's see, I have a ring, and he kind of has a little ring on that has 5 little notches in it, and he kind of puts down a finger, and little candles, one goes out, kind of puts out the candles, and puts his fingers back up, and then all kind of go back on.
Neat.
I have the Ring of 5 Lights. I have, let's see, it kind of pulls out an amulet that has almost a yin-yang kind of design to it. This is the Evoker's Exchange. If you want to turn fire into ice, you're more than welcome to.
Sounds quite fantastical. I don't think those are necessarily what we need for our current travels, though.
Oh, certainly.
Anything that might protect us on our trek from
Well,
things we might come across along the way? Still trying to get my. Still looking for my AC
AC
boost.
boost.
I know, I feel the same.
Permanent.
Yeah. We're fine.
It's tough
It's
playing
fine.
playing a caster.
It's fine.
Say that to my
Nothing that,
14 or
Yeah,
more.
Yes.
we're on the
nothing of that.
This
nature,
whole thing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where we're fine.
The beetle and the orb are more than plenty of us.
Certainly, yes.
Thank you so much.
And I don't remember, did we already gather all of the sort of mundane?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we.
I don't know if we paid for it.
I have a
though.
little kind of your guys.
I think we gathered
Yeah, the running tally.
We paid our credit bill.
We definitely didn't pay.
Yeah, I haven't
There's
some track.
at the
of it.
moment,
Keeping
I
track of
have.
everything we're going to pay once once we do
Ah.
the city.
Yeah.
At the moment, I have enough rations for like you guys. You mentioned a tent. You mentioned at least 2 lengths of 50-foot rope. So far, those things, your total is 23 gold pieces.
Oh, right, because you wanted the nice rope.
Yeah.
The silk rope.
The shibari rope.
For
Adventuring.
Oh,
climbing.
Yes.
that makes sense. I mean, you don't want it to be rope is pretty heavy, so
You don't want to
that
get a
makes
burn.
sense.
Yeah.
Light.
Exactly.
Well, Osmond, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. I certainly hope to, once you... That sounds like quite a long journey, but maybe you'll stop by Kowrie on the way back. And, if you go to once, like you had mentioned that you were going to, I have a cousin there. Visit his shop, Clinkklankers.
We will, definitely.
Have I heard?
That,
Have I heard
that
it?
sounds right up
Megan?
next alley.
What's the name of the character?
Oh, his
Osmond.
cousin?
Osmond.
Oh, Osmond is...
This
And
one's
Clink
Osmond.
Clankers is his cousin's place.
8.
8. You've never heard of it before.
All right. Well, we'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Kind of shows you all out.
What was that?
Yeah. What?
Is that
Adios?
undercommon?
Yeah, I picked up a few things. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
Yeah, I've never heard that language before.
Seems like a fun phrase.
It's some.
I'll teach you all kinds of things.
Well, I would love to. Thank you. I was working on my Elvish with Harmony before, so I'm happy to pick up another one.
Well, I'll be the same.
Is that the same language?
Nope.
You are full of surprises.
What can I say? Boobly doo.
Wait, that one sounded familiar.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, I will.
give you a damage.
Temple inside that.
Oh no, not one.
I would,
okay, yeah.
I would too. Just
Yeah, mine was way more.
That was appropriate.
Uh,
That was appropriate.
14. Yeah, so
I'll say you had him until Boobly Jew.
that doesn't
yeah.
sound like a language spoken in Elbrand.
What do you know?
Well, I kind of studied languages a good bit.
Oh.
It sounded Fey to me, so I don't know.
All right, you caught me.
Were they all made up?
No, that was Thieves' Cant. So
Oh.
if
So it's more of a symbology
if
rather
you
than a
pay
language.
close attention,
I see.
maybe you guys should believe me more often when I say things. Anyway, so we're moving on to something else now, right?
the 14th floor.
Yeah,
where
which
your
should also be
thieves'
your
cant will really
expertise,
be.
right?
Yeah. So
So you can lead the way.
you all should drop the passcode when we get there.
So, are we done on this level?
Yeah,
I
I
believe
think
so.
we are.
Yeah, I think
Unless
that'd
we
be
see anything that might
Those were our main,
I don't
our
know.
main
make us a
What
little
magical-
stronger.
yeah.
Aside from
Our main magical goals were to find something
Was
to.
there anything you wanted to look for, Anara?
Not right now. But I did want to ask that did you all mention the inn?
Oh.
You were talking to Pilko and
No,
Oh, okay.
we didn't.
Oh, is the Steam something? Steam
house. Steam.
Oh, sign me up.
The what?
I just have been looking at. I think I said last time. As
You
we were
did.
traveling. I was looking at possible places for us to stay.
You
So I would throw out there right now. Well, we also should look for a base of operations.
Oh,
for
right.
the
Aren't there
rest of the
residential things here?
Oh yeah.
There was some inns
Can I
that we
make a
passed.
history check to try to remember the
Yeah,
name of the
Pilka
place
mentioned that he was
said?
staying somewhere. Perhaps you remember?
12?
Well, you remember he said the steam room.
Ah, the steam room.
Or steam house.
The steam house.
Steam house.
Did I
He's
see
going
that
to steam house.
And it
Uh,
was on the.
You have not seen the steam house, but you
15th?
I will say you've noticed a few like inns and places to stay, hostels and stuff like that on the kind of route up here. But steam house has never been seen. But he also said that it was on the level
Like
with the
the Kowrie?
cisterns and the
Oh,
steamworks, which is a sub level beneath the actual tower.
Mm-hmm.
So straight to level 14, or do we want to find a place for us to use as a short-term base before we leave in the night?
Well, we have to go.
Meet this friend
Down.
of yours.
Well, we
Right.
what floor were the other inns on?
We passed by them on the way up, and then
Passed
so
a
coming
few
back
on the
down.
way
Yeah.
up.
Well,
several different
maybe
ones.
we just find one on our way down to the 14th floor.
Perhaps someone near the 14th floor.
Yeah.
Maybe someone on the 14th floor knows a nice place to stay at too.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's
maybe.
an inn on the 14th floor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, if we're lucky.
No.
You
Black
may remember
market,
the entrance was sort of
All the
blocked
construction. Yeah.
Yeah, but we have the passcode now. Who do you do?
off. Do you have the passcode, or do you
That's
just
exactly
know
what I said.
someone who might be there?
Be the other one.
So let's try.
Okay.
Well, we can figure out a place to stay at the end of the night, I think. I don't think this place is lacking in our options.
Do we have any estimation of how long we've been doing this now and what time it might be outside? Are there like arcane clocks?
Are there windows?
Only a few every once in a while, especially when you go to when there's the big block of the actual city. When you get to the outer edge, the sort of outer hallways where the stairs and stuff are, those have slats in the walls and stuff where you can see out into the world and everything. And there are a few, you notice even on the interior levels of there are holes in the ceiling that kind of cause airflow and stuff to go through. But the deeper you go into the city, the more kind of stale and dank the air is. But there are a few windows, especially when you get out. It's very difficult to tell what time it is when you're on the inner parts of the city. But if you move out to the end, you've been here for a few hours now, and especially climbing up 31 flights of stairs. Tem had his day in Fabric Disneyland. Then you guys shopped a little bit, so it's probably getting later in the day, early evening now.
Yeah, because we got here at lunch.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's been probably about 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah, maybe
my
we
feet are
Find
tired.
a room and put our stuff down and then go back to the 14th floor.
Are these? I mean, you think it'd be more active at night potentially?
Oh, that would make sense.
What do you think, Zakkai?
Would
I've
this
not
place
seen
be
these
more active at night?
Give me an insight check. And add, no, you already added person voice to that.
I mean, it would make sense. Black night market. I don't know.
That is a 23.
I mean, you've had a fair amount of experience dealing with making underhanded deals and sneaking around and running things back and forth. You know that a majority of black market dealings and stuff will happen at night when there are fewer guards and fewer people to see. So yes, you estimate more than likely, yes, at night it will be more active.
Yeah. We're more likely to find people willing to sneak around a night at the black market, so we should probably kill a little time.
Okay.
Good timing then.
Yeah. We can rest our feet.
All right.
I'll say on the way down, there's residential levels on 27 and 20. Both have a couple of inns in there. There's also the 18th floor, which is the closest one to the 14th that has any inns. Level 18 only has one inn to speak of, called the Punch Clock.
Just a thought that I just had though. If we're worried about Kiln maybe watching and we were planning to leave in kind of the middle of the night without him seeing, should we maybe try to find something closer to the ground floor?
That's what I was just thinking too.
Good idea.
Makes
Right.
sense.
Maybe the steam room?
Steam house?
Steam house? Maybe the steam house would be a
box.
good bet.
Steam house.
Steam box.
The Steam Deck?
Steam Square?
Steamboat. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Was there
Alright.
was there
Sure.
anything on the first floor? They were kind of all scattered all over.
Yeah, first floor is there's no inns or anything to
It was
speak
like
of.
grains and stuff.
First floor is perishable vegetation and sort of
The farmer's market.
yeah,
Produce.
produce.
Well, if we're in at least just the first couple of floors, we can just use that rope to go out a window in case we're worried about him watching the stairwells.
Do we know if people guard the entrances to the city in and out at night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, What?
Worth trying to
Would
make
I
a
know
good
that?
escape at night, though.
Because there were people
would-
checking the wagons as they were going in during the
Was
day.
Zakkai and I, from our prior visit here, even
Yeah.
That would give it even better.
recall anything about constabulary security checking
terms
people
of-
in and out?
Kowrie as the building itself, the vaults on the inside are kind of function as small stores. They were originally, like storage units, but now serve as little stores. Those open and close as the people desire to. Mm-hmm. The actual building, city, Kowrie itself is open 24/7. You have access to the massive building at all hours.
And there was no city wall.
No. There's a little mini ring city kind of around it, but it's just a little village, and there's nothing beyond that.
Yeah, I think getting out of the kind of city itself wouldn't be the issue. It's more just the building. There's only one stair, it's like one kind of large spiral.
Yeah, it's like one big corkscrew along the top.
If there's only one set of stairs to watch, then if he was going to stay up and watch all night to see where we go, or if we leave, then he would only have to kind of watch one area.
Okay.
But if we stay on the second or third floor, we could probably climb out a window. That could be fun.
If all fit, yeah.
Sure.
Like your sense of adventure.
All right.
Okay, we'll look for something closest to the second or third floor.
Yeah.
1 second. The second and third floor. Second floor, there is a place to stay. I will also let you know that the second floor is livestock, beasts of burden, and farriers. So that inn smells terrible. Third floor is third floor is armaments and smithies. So that floor is very hot.
Oh, did we want to stop by the armaments?
Yeah, I'd be willing to see what kind of light to medium armor they available.
Yeah, I would maybe add a little something to my vest. Well, let's see what's on the third floor.
Yeah, let's check it out. All right.
Have we
Your
been
stretches.
done moving from this floor that we're on yet? Or we're
We gotta check out 14 first.
Kind of up to you. I'll say that you've been talking or planning, strategizing a little bit, and slowly moving.
Because
we have 20
there's
floors to
one
go
thing
down,
that
so.
I would like to do.
Sure.
What floor were we on with the arcane antiquities? Is that 31?
31.
And 30 was
30 is are the Arcanian batteries.
yeah.
I think it's better.
So as we go down, first of all, Arcanian batteries, that was restricted, right?
Yes.
Okay. What does that look like exactly as we get to that floor? Is there just a hard construction stop, or can you actually peer in?
Sort of each floor has the large stairwell that kind of wraps around outside, and each floor will have its main entrance from the stairwell.
Right.
This one is essentially just shut.
Okay.
And there are big sign that says restricted access, authorized personnel only, in several different languages.
Is it locked?
Only one way to find out.
I'm gonna check to see if it's locked.
Head up.
I'll wait for everyone to, and I'll sort of schmooze to the back of the line, let them get a few steps ahead of me, and just.
Is locked.
I'm gonna try to pick it.
All right. Well, these tools check for me.
Pick that lock.
And as you kind of scuttle off away from the group, Sledgehog also doesn't stop rolling, but kind of knows the drill, and he will roll slower, so he's sort of halfway between you and the group.
Sledge, keep an eye out.
Fucking hell, I keep doing that. Damn it. 8.
8. Just jamming it in there, and it's just
Shit!
It's just the screwdriver's loose inside of there.
All right. Well, and there's no window inside or anything. I can't see anything. All right. Just make my way back.
I'll say, what is your passive perception, Nik-Nak? Or passive investigation?
Passive investigation.
Yes.
Is 17.
17? I'll say you get a little frustrated and dejected and start stomping away from the door or whatever. And as you're kind of stomping, you kind of are huffing a little bit, and just something catches your eye. Maybe 12 feet off the ground, off to the side a little bit, there's a vent that goes into the arcane batteries area. Just one of those areas that allows air to pass from this outside area into the thing. So you see that 12 feet up, there is a little kind of knick-knack shaped or sized vent.
My passive perception is 60.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we make some perception
Same.
checks? Being like,
I have been, since we've been here, aware of people running off and stuff. So
True.
I just want to be, because I'm generally all scouting, so I just want to know whether or not I may have noticed Nik-Nak scurrying away.
I'll say that you have noticed only that Sledgehog is sort of drifted back a little bit. Not away from the group, and is still moving forward.
So I'll hang back enough to keep an eye on Sledgehog at least.
I'm just holding a blank piece of paper with the beetle on it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, yeah, wow.
How's it working?
I can reach
Is it
the
good?
vent.
Yeah.
It's 12 feet up.
Okay. I'll remember that. I'll join the group.
The self-control.
Oh wow! I'm impressed. I'm impressed. There's a lot of willpower there.
Proud of you.
All right. Okay. Gonna continue downstairs.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you going to the 14th? Or are you headed to another place to find the?
I mean, if 14th is first, why come back up?
Well, if we're going down the stairs, we'll see the walled off entry spot. Right? Like it's
Let's see if
basically
anyone-
we're
I mean,
gonna
let's
walk
see if,
right kind of past
anyone's
it.
there, right?
Yeah.
Meet us.
On the way down, we'll see if your friend is there.
I'll hang back just for a second as Sledge and Nik-Nak catch up, and I'll just lean down to Nik-Nak and say, "There's a place here I want to go later, and perhaps you do too. Maybe we could watch each other's back when we do that."
Sure. How tall are you?
Just shy of 6 feet tall.
Okay. You can throw pretty good, right? I've seen you catch those.
Help.
Yeah. Great. All right. Yeah. Just between us.
Once we're done on the 14th floor,
Yeah.
we can talk.
Cool. Great.
No rushing off.
Oh, okay.
Alone.
That's fine. Yeah.
Awesome. This can't possibly go anywhere.
No, not at
I'm
all.
very excited about this. On the 14th level, by the time you get there, it's you are kind of coming down the stairs, and there's a long kind of slot in the wall leading outside. And it's a majestic view of the vista. It's like you're 14 stories up, a good 140 feet off the ground, and you just see vast open rolling plains of these grasslands. The sun is setting in the distance. It's a very beautiful kind of sight, and it shows a very narrow, almost horizontal slice through all this construction work that's blocked off the 14th floor. But you do kind of, as you stop and give pause there, wait for any other passers to kind of continue on their way further down the steps or further up. There is a faint kind of tapping sound beneath one of the tarps that's hanging down from the scaffolding, and a little psst, psst.
Is that a clip?
Kind of Pilka or Clip kind of pokes her head out from behind the tarp, in the flesh. Is this everybody?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to see if he's wearing different pants? Nope. I don't think I can see his pants from there with a 6.
He's
With a
literally
nat 1.
shower curtain behind the tarp, so you don't know.
This is your friend.
Yeah.
You got a
Very
pretty
reliable.
auspicious looking group here. Literally got all the colors of the rainbow, and a guy who's 7 feet tall, but alright, sure.
I can crouch.
Yeah, that ain't suspicious at all. And he kind of pulls the tarp back and kind of walks over to that where you or who, I don't know who saw it, but there was a part of the wall that wasn't quite wall yet. You saw it. So you at least know that you were right in terms of that being not an
See?
ordinary part of the wall.
I told you guys.
It's kind of Pilko walks up to it, kind of looks around, finds a brick, pulls it out, and they're in the top of the brick. It's been hollowed out, and he kind of drops 3 gold pieces inside. All right, now we wait
For what?
for them to take it.
Oh.
For them to open the door.
It's a tall of
There's a fee.
Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta spend money to make money. You know.
Is that the only brick that moves in here? And then I just start randomly like grabbing at like other bricks just to see.
Roll this 100-sided die for me, please.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
Is it this one?
No.
That
There's
is
no way to tell.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
really
that's
clear, so I would do that
indecisive.
again.
That's literally
48.
48.
Time stop.
Yeah.
You kind of just start pressing, and it turns out that quite a lot of these bricks, especially this area that is actively under construction, kind of come loose. So you just start like moving them around. Pilka almost looks kind of like, at first like kind of fascinated, and then his face just like slowly starts to harden as he realizes that like this probably will fuck up a lot of things. But then he just kind of like watches in horror and then, Eventually, though, you kind of go to grab another brick. You're having a lot of fun.
Yes.
Go to grab a brick, and as you kind of go to grab it, it retreats and pulls into the wall. And then another brick. And they all start kind of
Found it.
pulling back, and then diagonal alley style, they kind
Yeah.
of eventually are all pulled away until there's like a little arch kind of shape there, kind of leading you into the 14th floor.
Nice one, Basil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, he did all the work. Let's go. And he kind of like, Pilka walks in, and upon entering this floor, it looks, for all intents and purposes, under construction. All the vaults are kind of sealed off. Everything is under scaffolding, lots of stuff locked up. You see plenty of masonry and construction tools kind of like left here, but also looks like that everything was left strategically to look like it was like just left, you know, or like the mop handle was like left right here against the wall. It doesn't help that there's a bunch of cobwebs on it, but everything was made to look ready for people to come back and do construction, but clearly no one has in a very long time. He kind of like keeps walking. All right, so what are you guys doing looking for shady dealings anyway?
That's a good question.
I mean, you two look a little clean to you in a place like this.
I'll
Maybe that's
have
part
you
of the
know
disguise.
that we are very devious.
Okay then.
It's all part of the ruse. Who would suspect us?
Lots of people. But all right, sure. He kind of like keeps leading you on, and he does a lot of like quick, sharp turns, and it seems like he knows where he's going before eventually kind of rounds a turn, and there is a sort of like city welcome to so-and-so kind of archway that's just built out of old discarded construction pieces and scaffolding and rebar and stuff that's just kind of made into this little entrance to one of the inner streets of Kowrie. The only place that you see, it's just, while this is like a quarter mile, square mile of building, only one street in all the 14th floor seems to be active and alive. Just one long kind of centermost like thoroughfare. And you see a few different of the vaults are open. Some are just barely cracked with light peering out. Some are completely rolled open and people are offering goods and services. Well, not openly offering goods and services. This is a black market. It is very shady and it is very dark and it is very dank here. But at least you found your way here. And Pilka kind of like, ta-da! What are you guys in the market for?
Well, Zakkai, did you
I
have...
just wanted to check it out.
Oh,
Then
Any of y'all have things you've always wanted, couldn't find?
I mean, I can always look around to see if there's any fey bits, see if I can find anything that could lead me anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take anything from you guys either.
No, I mean, this is a very unique city that if we're gonna find something, here's one of the best places to find it. So take your time, I say.
should we look for anything else about primordial titans?
that could be
Oh.
useful.
Anything about omelets? And I wink.
Yeah, a cookbook.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brunch menu.
I love brunch. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
You guys are on the wrong floor, I think. But okie dokie, we'll ask Kowrie if she's got anything on omelets. All right.
Do you have a meeting with her? Are we gonna talk to her?
Oh yeah, you should do the talking for sure. You know, if you want the stuff, you gotta do the talking.
Are you afraid of talking to her?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
She's a hard ass.
Is that it?
No,
Did you do something?
maybe.
What'd you do?
Who can say? Who can remember? Point is, it's right up there.
Is this something where everyone who comes in here needs to talk to her?
No,
Is that the
but
protocol?
not protocol. But if you're looking for like something like, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, and by that I mean I totally eavesdrop. You guys are talking about primordials and shit. You're gonna want to talk to her. Ain't none of these other guys got anything but that. You want something like, wow, drow poison. Yeah, sure, that's the one over there. But if you want, something on fucking primordials, then yeah, you're gonna have to talk to the boss.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Seems like a good lead. I don't know.
do you want to lead the way?
No,
You want to point the way?
kind of that general area over there.
What do we do when we get over there? Just shout for her? Or what?
Say hi.
But she's just over there.
I don't know.
What?
I just know where she lives. I just know that that's her vault down that way.
Oh.
Maybe, Zakkai, maybe you could use the thieves' language.
Yeah, I can ask her around.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Say some adioses.
And some Guten Tag is it?
Tim's just gonna kind of narrow his eyes a little bit. Like, I don't think that's. But okay.
What? Look, you don't know everything.
Oh, I've never said I did, but I know a good bit.
Now you know a little more. You're welcome.
Lead the way, sir.
I will. I'd be like, see you later. What's your name? Essentially.
He prefers it like that.
Just kind of walk away. Yeah, I'll kind of like go in the direction, and then every once in a while, I'll kind of like, make conversation and drop thieves' cant in there and be like, I'm looking for what is it, Kowrie.
Usually, for any kind of people that you talk to, do the exact same sort of thing where they kind of just not a lot of words are exchanged. They kind of just like will point, and they do point to the same vault that Pope has been pointing to.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I'll just kind of lead the charge and walk over.
Walking through, it definitely is like as you kind of go through. At first, it was almost kind of like, oh, this is just like a market at nighttime with the lights off and half the stores closed. But as you kind of pass through them, it's a bit more. It gets sketchier the deeper you go in. Where at first it's just like, oh yeah, this place sells like swords and stuff like that, dangerous weapons, and then you get to one where they clearly sell either drugs or intoxicants or anything like that. There's a place that does actually sells like poison, anything like that. There's a place that seems to sell only cursed magical items. There's places with large cages that have like exotic animals and creatures kind of like stashed away and stacked up, ready to be like shipped out to some buyer who wants an exotic pet.
Can I check to see if there's anything they like?
Oh yeah, make a perception check.
I guess if I saw anything
Oh my god, that's
musical.
the third time.
Yeah, not good.
No way. 4.
4.
Did we pass anything sort of musical looking on the way?
Looking
Also
for
give me an
cursed
investigation.
trombone.
No matter how much you move it, it's just. Oh damn. What'd you say? Investigation?
Yeah.
9.
9. No instruments or anything like that.
I'm just kind of like trying not to be like, wow, I'm trying to look kind of cool, but I'm like, what's that? That's a big pile of drugs.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
is.
sitting in a bowl.
Where?
You want to try some?
No.
It's got a pretty good deal on those, actually.
Buy one get one free.
No, I mean it's 33% off, so it's almost like a buy one or buy 3 get buy 2 get 1 free. I have to go to sleep.
Are we sure you should be doing our negotiating?
I'm so good.
Okay,
I feel like
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll keep our.
We sure about this? Any last chance?
Oh, you're still with us?
Yeah. Where'd you come from?
I'm down here. Just because I'm short doesn't mean
Oh,
I don't exist.
I thought you were
Okay.
afraid of where we're going.
I am, but it's better in a group.
oh, do
He
you
was
have?
trying to sell his pants.
Oh, you're selling pants?
Yeah,
Well, that's
we
not
were.
his pants.
I was hearing about these pants. What happened?
I used to do that.
Yeah, the trousers are holding. And
What-
bottomless pockets.
What are they holding?
Oh.
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Hey, that ain't none of your business. It's my own private stuff.
I really wish they'd make a skirt with bottomless pockets, but no one ever does.
Skirts with pockets. I'm telling you, it should be a thing.
Everyone wants it, and
if
then
you look
no
at the
one will
fashion
make
trends,
Next, we're gonna
it's
take
all
out
about
paper.
style rather than utility. But it can be both.
it. Right. We
If
want
you need
both.
alterations on your uniform, I'm happy to make them.
Thanks,
Okay.
I guess come with us. Just don't be weird.
I as cool as a cucumber, okay?
Just let Zakkai do the talking. He's
Oh.
the street smarts of the
He
group.
knows the language.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Guten Tag.
See?
Anyway.
I'm gonna look at Hilka for like, is that any recognition for if that's a real language or not?
Make an insight check.
Oh, God.
What are Coke's stats real quick?
What have we done?
20, not that.
You when he says Guten Tag or whatever, Pilker kind of like, yeah.
That makes sense.
Tem pulls out a
Yeah.
little tiny notepad and just. What?
What? Absolutely. What are you rolling for?
I was rolling to see if I maybe might have noticed that.
Oh, gotcha.
I had to roll high enough for me to role play it out.
Fair. You kind of eventually get to the front of Kowrie's vault, and just even peeking in, the door's cracked open. The interior of her vault seems way more both stocked and organized than any of the other places in the black market. There are like neat rows of like shelves, and there are like stacks and stacks of boxes. You see that there are on either side towards the ceiling, there's like small balconies that you can just climb a little rung ladder up to, and they have like little cranes that help move the things around. You do see that towards the back of the vault, there is a little empty area where a couple people are standing underneath a single like spotlight that's shining down. And the spotlight seems to have a faint arcane glimmer to it. But you see that there is 3 figures standing there. There is a tall, very lithe, blue-scaled dragonborn. There is a tall, burly half-orc gentleman and a man who's maybe in his mid to late 70s, like wrinkled and like very thick, bushy, like handlebar mustache that's white. He's wearing, think of a ranch hand or a cowboy dressed up to go to court. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's like,
Country lawyer.
yes, he's got like, you know, a suit on, but it's got fringe.
Uh-huh.
It's got the cowboy boots, he's got the rancher's hat on. He's kind of like nodding, and he kind of sees, you see that the older man looks over his shoulder, kind of spots you, and turns back to the dragonborn, and kind of like nods a little bit. Well, far be it from me to take up any more of your time, ma'am. I see you have guests, and I'll let you see to that. And the dragonborn just kind of nods, and he turns around, and as he passes you, kind of like tips the hat, like, gentlemen, ladies, and he kind of like continues walking. Leaves.
How tall are the dragonborn and half-orc? Taller than me? About the same height?
Both a bit shorter than you, but the half-orc is slightly less, so he's almost at your eye level. The dragonborn is only about maybe like 6 foot tall.
Okay. Tem is gonna kind of like puff out the chest a little bit when he sees some tall folks. Be like,
But the kind of like half-orc and dragonborn all kind of like turn to look around at you. Does anyone have a passive perception above 16?
Mine is
Above
16.
16 or at 16?
Or 16 or higher.
That's
Yes.
Awesome. So in which case, the three of you do notice that there are the two there standing in the light, and then up at each of the little balconies with the crane, there is one human that's on one of them, and then you see a tabaxi woman on the other that are less crane operators and more security right now. Where they clearly are looking down and watching rather than actually doing anything.
Did the light have kind of an potentially more apparent magical quality to it, like when we see it walking in, like enough so that I would kind of look at it and wonder?
Yes, it has a very distinct kind of arcane shimmer to it. It's not just an ordinary light.
Can I try to see if I can like figure out what it is?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
23.
23. You recognize, while you may not have cast this before, you recognize it because you've seen Tem cast it before. This light, spotlight, seems to be a permanent zone of truth.
Cool. Danger.
Are we still kind of somewhat far? Like if we walk in, I see that. Is there still like a bit of distance?
There's still like, you have a little bit, maybe a good like 20, 30 feet before you actually get to the spotlight and her.
Okay, then I would just kind of whisper then, especially kind of mostly to Zakkai at least, like, make sure we stick to the truth here.
Got it.
I'm sure you knew that already, but
Yeah. I saw that as soon as we walked in.
Tem will
But
kind
good
of like
eyes, good eyes.
Tem will kind of
I
like
know a spotlight. So.
tap his staff a little bit, just be like.
All right. I'll start walking over. If she's no longer occupied by anyone.
You see that she kind of like notices you, and since you're kind of like leading the path, give me an insight check real quick, Zakkai.
16.
16. You see that she kind of adjusts her posture in the same way that a like restaurant host would act when someone walks in 5 minutes before closing, where she's kind of like, okay, and she kind of like adjusts a little bit, but does put on the sort of like, as you would, kind of sort of puts on a bit of an air as she kind of like straightens up and kind of extends her hands out. Welcome. Is there anything that I can assist you with?
Thank you. Me and my friends here have been traveling. We heard about this floor. Couldn't resist checking it out. Thank you for your hospitality.
I'll ask, do you all step into the light? Knowing.
I do.
Okay.
How many people?
Show good faith.
You only told Zakkai, right?
No, I think she-
I mean, I was kind of whispering it to the group, but making sure at least that like Zakkai heard. But if we're all kind of like
I'll say that you all are
close enough,
Harmony was able to relay the information. So I'll at least ask who's stepping into the light. Who is it?
If it's a large, I mean, I would stay. I'm gonna stay with like behind Zakkai in the group. So if the size wise, if that's how it works
I
out.
think Tem is at the back, bodyguarding, right? Like as the big guy, kind of pretending to be a
How
little
big
bit.
is the light? I mean, is
Yeah.
the
It
light-
is.
We're talking like 5 feet from
Is
the
she,
No, if it's
is
so
she
true.
standing in the middle of it,
If
and
it's
we're
so
like a
true,
few of us are on
let's
the
see.
edge?
Is she in it?
I think
she
it's
is
10.
in it.
She is standing.
15-foot range?
I think it's 10 feet. Let me. Wait,
Right,
I don't
this
have
is
it prepared
light.
right now.
Pretty
These are
sure.
clerics, eh? Pretty big.
I'm gonna just hang back outside the light.
It's a 15 foot
15. Okay.
like ring.
I don't have
that
it prepared
shines
anymore.
down.
15-foot.
15-foot radius.
Yeah, radius.
So
Or,
30 total?
So
Or 15-foot diameter?
30 diameter. Is that right?
30 diameter.
Yeah.
Because if it's
So
a
it's
15
pretty
foot,
big.
Oh, damn.
because yeah,
Quite
20
big.
down lists the radius, so
Okay.
it's a.
So it would be a little
It's
strange.
It's a
But if
pretty-
she's in the middle,
yeah, she's
then
in the
it's
middle.
only 15.
I'll just stand
So
in the back,
Zakkai-
slightly up.
You know, flanking. Anyone else would be outside.
I'll be.
If Basil goes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would think it'd be cool to be like, I would definitely be like off your shoulder, and then like, not trying to look mean, but just like, I fit in here, like that kind of.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, Tem's like with his staff.
Bad girl
very-
over here.
Yeah.
Well, those that are choosing to step into the light, please make a charisma saving throw.
Wonderful.
As long as I one.
It's like,
I keep rolling.
Incredibly neutral.
I'm not great. 11.
11.
15.
15.
12.
12. You are all compelled to tell the truth while speaking to the light.
Sick.
Oh, did you roll?
Yeah, 10, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you are also compelled to tell the truth. But she sort of like, welcomes you in, asks, "What can I do for you, strangers?"
Well, sorry to bug you at such late hours. We just figured this might be when it was busy, and we heard you were a great person to talk to. We are looking for things more related to something. My friend here is working on a project that has a lot of emphasis on primordials. I'm going to drop in Thieves' Can as I say this, so she knows I'm on like the down low.
Okay. You just notice that like, she does like kind of tilt her head, and then shoulders drop half an inch when you kind of like start working it in or talking. She trusts you 5% more.
Maybe that's enough. So we're looking for some stuff that gives her an edge over her classmates. So anything that you can find here, or that you have here, we might be interested.
Are you interested in maiming any of your classmates?
Not this time.
We're
More.
working up to it.
I'm
We're
looking
working
more for information for now. But anything on primordials or titans or
I'll pull out the mythos of Terragia and like hand it to Harmony to just be like,
we've found some information so far, but I'm looking for maybe something that is not as commonly known. Maybe something secret.
Primordials and Titans. Who did you say you heard of me from?
I mean, we were passing through the area, and an old colleague of ours from another town dropped your name, said you were a good person to talk to. Is he still here, actually?
Yeah.
Imagine we all just like parted with like
behind Tem's leg, just peeking around.
If he's still actually,
You look around, you do not see Pilgrim.
Did I happen to notice him disappearing at any point?
He rolled really high.
He seemed to be a little afraid of you, which makes me like you more.
That's a good sign, I suppose. Afraid of me?
He was a very skittish type, you know.
yeah. I didn't catch his name, though.
I'm more curious as to who this is.
By compelled to say the truth.
You don't have to answer anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't have to say, you don't have to say anything.
You just can't
I
speak a
didn't-
Yeah.
lie.
I didn't catch his name.
So I'll just shift my feet.
Did I catch his name?
You said just now I didn't catch his name. That's-
Did I catch his name?
I don't think.
I don't think I
that's
know
it.
his name.
You got his alias.
Yeah.
Oh. Do I know that's not his name?
You got Auklet. No, I don't think you do.
That I don't know his name.
Because remember you said something like.
No, you don't know that it's not. You don't know that it's his alias, so you assume it's his name.
Oh, yeah, so I do think it's his name.
Yeah.
But didn't you call him not, whatever, not?
I
something?
pretended to not know his name then.
But you can't say I don't know his name if you're compelled to tell the truth.
No, sure. So that's a correction.
Right.
Now I know
So
that I
you-
think I know his name.
You know his name is Auklet.
I take that back.
Alright. That's what I'm trying to reverse
yeah.
map. Like, wait, what
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that?
We have to
Yeah.
be careful what we said. Those of you in the zone.
Yeah, no,
say
I just
absolute
forgot
truth.
as a player.
Nik-Nak, make a deception check for me real quick
Oh, jeez.
as you shift your feet a little bit.
You're rolling so well today. There it is again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2.
You see that, like, as she's kind of like listening, she's definitely like listening to everybody talk, and then her like draconic eyes kind of go over to you, and as people are talking to her, she starts to eventually tune out people and kind of moves over and almost kind of like, in a very similar way as Randall from Monsters Inc. If that makes sense, everybody kind of like half slither walks. She kind of moves up closer to you, and you feel a large kind of like dragon-born claw land on your shoulder.
What?
Who told you about me?
Pilka?
She kind of like
What?
you like feel a squeeze,
Ow.
and then she realizes you. Kind of like sighs and steps away, moves back towards like the center of that light. All right. Well, I will give you credit. You are smart enough to come to me, but foolish enough to mention that name.
What did he do?
You hear like as a arrow bolt kind of lands in the ground, shot from the tabaxi up in the balcony overhead. I mean, everyone should roll initiative.
Oh my god! What? What did Phil do?
We're not his friend.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Well,
He probably stole from her.
Alright, okay. Top of the round is that gentleman up in that balcony. He is going to
Is he the one that? Which one's the one that shot?
the tabaxi over here. She's the one.
they're like shooting to kill. What's happening here?
Yeah, that's true. Was it just kind of shot down at the floor, or did it like?
Did it look
did
intentional
narrowly
that they
miss
missed,
somebody?
or they were trying to kill?
I'll say that as it kind of like hit your feet, it was very much one of those kind of like it might be more of a warning shot kind of situations. But at that trigger, everyone does kind of look into if you're not going to leave, we will make you leave kind of stance.
I think that's just awesome. And maybe we. I see no reason to fight these people.
But that
Race to the exit.
the trick shot is gonna fire their crossbow. Bonus action, load a ricochet bolt to it. And they're gonna shoot for 10, because they're right there. That is a 16 to hit.
That is my AC.
Silvery barbs.
Cool.
And I'll just do a little fling. Wait! We don't need to fight.
That's an 18 to hit now.
Alright, there we go.
But let's see. Ricochet bolt.
Oh, who'd you give the advantage to?
I'll give it.
Not this stuff on here.
Yeah. I'll give it. I'm gonna give it to myself just in case I want to talk.
10. That is 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And the bolt kind of like wings off of you and has to hit some feet. It's gonna wing off and go for Basil. That's a natural 20.
Back.
I'm just.
Yeah, I guess I like go to like put my arm up. It like pierces my wrist and just kind of like changes the angle and goes off towards Basil.
12 points of piercing damage to you.
Oof.
As it kind of like shoots and like rips through like part of your shoulder,
Ah!
Tim, and kind of like ricochets off the pile of stuff that you're standing near and kind of launches over and like hits you on your back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We are not here to fight.
Wait.
You okay?
Next up, Harmony, you're up with Nik-Nak on this.
Surely we can talk this out, or we will just leave. We don't know Pilka. We just wanted information. If you don't want to give us anything, we'll just go.
And they know she's telling the truth because she is in the zone still, right?
That's true. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Where did I go? 27.
27.
Come on, Bard Charm.
You can't argue with that logic.
You do say that, and Kowrie kind of stands down a little bit. She does like hold up her hand, and you see that the other kind of archers in the tabaxi up there still stand at the ready, but we'll say that initiative is paused for the moment. But you're out of combat for the time being. Depending on what you're idling. It's the idling.
Look, we don't want to get in between anything that you and this Pilka person have. We came across him. He gave us your name as the person who runs this floor, and that's all we had to do with him.
You said you wanted information? You wanted information?
Well, yes, but I mean, if it comes at the cost of shooting my friends, then we'll just leave.
Alright. You get 3 questions. Any more questions, we shoot you. After the 3rd question, you leave.
Okay.
Okay, huddle up. You're just like, oh,
Fair
Well,
deal. As we get close, and we're like, just give me 1 second. We're injured here, and I'm gonna use one of my channel divinities to balm with peace and heal
Okay.
Basil and I.
And I'll just be wrapping a scrap around Tem's arm, and as I'm doing that, what are we?
You're the one asking the questions now.
I'm usually good at answering questions, not asking questions. I mean, I guess I'll just start off with if she
While
if she
they're
knows any of
whispering,
this info,
I will-
or if she knows about the cult.
I will speak out loud to this woman and say, do you know of anyone in this city who deals in human trafficking?
Does that
Does that count?
that's not one of the questions. Hopefully,
Your
I'm asking
first,
a question.
the first question's been spent. There used to be a group that came through here, the Hounds of Hellatry. They traded in people and slaves. They moved their business elsewhere after I took over.
Anara, please let us use at least one of the other questions.
To my knowledge, they've taken their work to Thugwater and Stillman Gulch.
How do you spell?
We're back up to full too as well.
Oh.
Second question.
I ignore any complaints from the group.
Do you have any information on primordials or titans that you'd be willing to share with us?
That is not known by the common public.
I wouldn't know if it is or not, but the only thing that I've heard recently about primordials, there were a few people in yellow here a few days ago, prattling on about something, some new age religion or something, but they passed through here and left. Headed east.
Okay. So.
That's odd.
Yes.
She said they asked about they asked about something and left.
No, she said they were kind of like passing it down, preaching about
Oh,
something.
Proselytizing.
knocking on doors.
It sounds like they were trying to recruit more test subjects or members.
She said they headed east, which is toward Port Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or no,
No, it's towards the lost.
towards
Lost.
Lost.
Oh. Okay. Upside down. I see.
Do you know of a way to safely navigate in and out of the Lost Woods?
Nobody does.
Not yet, they don't.
Gotta go.
Not yet.
um,
Not yet. They don't.
Maybe
My hospitality ends here.
Okay,
as we're
okay,
backing,
okay.
as we're like backing
yeah,
out,
like
I'll-
still like wrapping. We're wrapping my shoulder around Basil's shoulder. It's like, okay, come on, let's go.
I'm pulling Harmony.
and I'll be backing out like kind of slowly, but I'll just say, well, when we come back, maybe we can barter, and I'll give you one of two existing copies of the map of the Lost Woods in exchange for something. As we're like,
Mic drop. Let's go.
who's Mike?
ready to like, kind of like moving out, and she.
A little thaumaturgy, flicker the lights.
Wait.
Still backing out just a little bit, just for drama.
No one can map the Lost Woods. How can you be so sure?
Well, I already have a partial map and aim to complete it someday.
Say it in the light.
I'll step forward and then say the same thing.
A shipment that has been on layaway here. We've been holding it for almost 2 decades now. Just waiting for the trigger to release it. 2 days ago, someone came through and gave us the trigger and it was released. It is a standard supply of shipment, food, basic things to live, and it was sent to a location in the Lost Woods.
Do you have any details about the location?
Wait, that's another question.
Please.
Watch out!
Please. I'm just kind of like,
wildly swinging
Like-
around, ready to like.
I'm my confident. It's a little more of like a
More of
like
Basil's
the grown
blood
ups
kind of
talk.
squirts out as I'm
Let the
trying to
pros
wrap it
talk,
back up.
kind of like. I'm like,
I
I
like
got
both of
this.
you.
I got this.
Keep going.
The drop off was just inside. I don't let my people go too far in, otherwise I'll never see them again. So it was a shipment supply. It was sent out yesterday morning as requested. I don't know who it is per se. My business requires discretion, aliases, and so long as the price is right. But that person was also milling about with those yellow-clad folk. And
They
I'm not
have-
very trustworthy of these groups.
I wouldn't trust them. They're mainly a group of zealots, kind of very cultish, but their leader knows their way around the Lost Woods. Where was the shipment being held? Maybe we can pick up a trail or something.
Here, and she kind of like gestures vaguely to the like stacks of crates around her. We just had it, and it's been waiting for the trigger word for nearly 20 years.
I suppose it's wishful thinking to think there might be some sort of drag marks to follow.
While they're talking, as best I can, I want to try and look at, I think it's the eyes of people, and see if they have any like teal shade to them.
Oh, okay, make a perception check.
They do.
God damn it.
Again?
So if you're rolling. You took
Five.
all the nat 20s.
They're all too
Sorry.
tall.
All too
He
tall.
took all the
You
night he
took all
did.
the- you took all the good rolls.
At least from your vantage point, you don't see any teal in it.
Well, if any of them do come back, I would be wary. They, the higher ups in that cult have been experimenting on innocent people that they sweep up.
Yeah, they're crazy.
That's exactly why I ran out the traffickers when I took over this place. I don't mess with that sort of barbaric behavior, but
Good for you.
if you're looking for any information on the Lost Woods, that's all that I have. But someone is in the Lost Woods and needed supplies. Take that information with you as you will. Remember that I was generous, and hopefully you will be generous with your knowledge once you've acquired it.
Of course.
We thank you.
Yeah.
Guten Tag.
Good
I
time.
grab.
Good work. Good work.
Sort of like
Tem is more confused now that she said that. Pulls out the notebook again.
let's go.
Flips again.
How? Yeah. Why?
Kind of like slowly backing out. Just, well, I hope to trade information again with you in the future.
You know we are. She kind of like make sure she doesn't like look away or turn her back until you guys are at the entrance of the vault and beyond it. before she
And then
makes
I'm
a
like,
turn.
real quick, is there a better way to get your attention next time?
No, just put gold in the brick and come in.
Okay, fair enough. thank you so much. Like,
She's baffled by like
a slight twirl of skirts.
At first it was like confident, like negotiation, like harmony.
Because
to,
everyone
like,
else like left.
cheerleader harmony.
Okay.
Oh.
So at the moment, like, I think I've gotten away with it.
Yeah.
She like has that look where she's like, I'm not quite sure if they were incredibly competent or incredibly incompetent, and I'm not quite sure if
You'll
I
never
was
know.
smart or just they
Go
were
team.
Definitely.
Classic.
We have a second law. It's hard to tell.
Possible.
That was
That was
Yeah.
uh,
Ow.
that was
kind
fun.
of-
Yeah, that.
Is it
that
always
ass.
like that? Woo!
You did
I-
great, actually.
Although that hurt a lot that
I
time.
thought they
Thanks.
were gonna shoot us.
Are you
full
doing
of
okay,
I'm
Basil?
fine. That was
Okay.
just.
Oh yeah.
What a shot.
I apologize.
Two for
that.
one.
was a close one.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey!
welcome back.
What the
did
hell?
you do to piss her off so
What
much?
did you do?
It's because of you we got shot at in there.
They got shot.
Everybody gets shot sometimes.
Okay, but
Give us one good
Well,
reason
for
why we,
put tear on your chest.
Well, for
gives
saying
you
your
personality.
why we shouldn't trade you back to her for
I
some
said
for
don't
some
use
other
my name.
reward.
Why shouldn't
I
we shoot you?
said very clearly not to use my name.
Well, you failed to mention that she had a zone of truth spotlight.
That wasn't there before.
Did you use all your
I'm gonna roll
pants?
insight on that.
What's that?
Nat 20.
Hey. No.
It's like, okay, well, you're lying for starters, and we don't have time for this. We got our business done. You kind of let us down, so I think we should just part ways.
I
here.
got you into this place. I'm pretty sure that's a successful and holding up my, what I said. So I
Well,
see no wrongdoing on my part.
Then I guess you could just go talk to Kowrie if there's no wrongdoing.
Oh, I don't need to do that. It's fine.
Sure. Anyway, the adults are going to talk now. So I think we should leave. I don't think we're welcome here.
Yes. We should get out of here.
I
Anara,
mean to apologize for using one of our questions, but I don't do well in situations with shadiness and underhanded things, and this was an important question for me to ask when I got the opportunity. Please forgive me.
I think that was a good question to ask.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, that's a real bad thing.
I honestly didn't even know what to ask. So
Yeah, I was at a loss as well. It was
It
a
will-
very tense situation.
Help me with a thing I need to do.
It was the
Yeah.
Hounds of Hellbridge. Was that right?
I am looking for my brother who was taken from the village
Lars, right?
last. We talked about it, and I had heard that in this part of the world near Port Elsewhere, Grisha, that was a place where people trade everything and anything, including people. This was years ago, but I have a lead now which I did not have before. So forgive me.
Seems worth it.
Yeah.
well, I'm not upset, but I think next time we should have a conversation about this kind of stuff so that it stays.
Yeah, you can't just go in gun blazing.
Go away.
All right.
Go back to the steam room.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Sounds just like my mom. Eventually, kind of like once he's made him clear that he's not welcome, he's kind of like, "Fine, your loss," and he kind of just turns and starts walking off back into like the deeper parts of the black market.
Well,
But I'm glad you got some good information to go off of.
and hopefully we are not put in a situation like that where we are being shot at and then forced to ask questions on a whim again. But if we are, maybe taking a breath is a good idea and
Very on the
figuring it
spot,
out.
but that's okay. And we still got some useful information. Maybe we can try to pick up some sort of trail on the east side of the city and
Well,
follow their tracks.
clearly someone was planning to be going into the Lost Woods for a long time now, and this has been something that has finally come to fruition for them.
Can it be just a coincidence that Salka recently headed possibly there?
I doubt it.
We also should be aware that this group of people now know that that is our destination, despite our
But everyone else
misdirection.
thinks we're going to Grish.
Well,
But-
perhaps.
Still trusted her supplies to be with these people, which means she
Yes.
might know someone.
Could
in
be.
there.
They did say they were holding on to it for 20
Decades.
years, so it could
And
have
waiting
been.
for the word.
Well, I assume that when she came out of the Lost Woods or
The
about
first
that
time?
time ago, she probably
Left
put a box together,
that for
didn't tell them what
next
was
time.
in it, told them to hold it and for whatever sign, and then when she came back through and needed to go back into the Lost Woods, she gave them the word, checked out her crate, and had probably her followers drag it for her.
There didn't seem to be very many fond feelings between them, from what I could tell. This was not like
No, I
they
think
were
it seemed like it was just
companions or
business.
friends. Yeah.
Business.
Yeah.
Just business.
But
She
business
said,
can also be selling others out, so I am concerned now that
Yeah.
they know.
Speaking of,
That's-
I'm sure Kiln speaks our language. I'm kind of like I refer to the black market.
Yeah, so we
Good
should
chance
assume
he can
he's
find
going
out
to
where we're
be-
going. So
He's going to be coming.
Does that mean
the sooner
getting out now?
the sooner we leave, the better.
did
Okay.
we just forego
Should we just
an inn here and just head out, leave, camp on the way?
Yeah. That's fine with me if it's fine with you guys. Getting a little tired. Used a couple spell slots. I kind of wore myself out earlier, so rest at some point would be good.
Well, we have our order that we can just pick up on the way out of all our supplies, so we should be well stocked.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just maybe stop by the. I do still want to stop by the smith floor, the second floor.
Yeah.
We also have an errand to run.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well,
Everybody got stuff
should
to
we
do?
split up
Can I
and?
roll insight on the quickness of that add-on from Nik-Nak? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've rolled a 10 like 8 times.
What are you trying to find out?
16. Just the insight of if his thing is connected to her thing. Because he added it onto yours really quickly.
Oh, I mean, like, if that's what you're looking for, and with that roll, Nik-Nak seems to have his own tasking.
We both have errands to run.
Cool.
Well, do you want to go to the armory and
Yeah. Let's do it.
while they, whatever you guys are looking for, and Tem, Basil, do you all have a preference?
Nik-Nak, are you okay? And I like wink or
You want to come along?
Sure, it's either that or I can go to the armory, but need some help. I'll help you out.
Why don't you come along?
Okay.
Short
squad.
Tem's like,
I'm gonna
Am
slowly
I
just like roll
missing
sledgehammer with me,
something?
just be like,
is there...
Okay.
Tem, why don't you come with us in case I need some advice on attaching anything to my
Sure.
vest?
Absolutely. And that way it's everyone's with even split. Should travel together,
So-
especially now that we've been attacked in
We
here.
want to meet
Yeah.
at the gates in like a couple hours.
A couple. Do we need a couple hours?
An hour? An hour?
And I'd say sooner than that. As soon as we can wrap up our. Is your stuff gonna take a
How
few
long would
hours?
it take to get to the 30th floor from where we're at?
I mean, it takes a good, 45 minutes just to get, from the bottom floor to the top floor.
You can pay for the.
But you can also pay for the elevators and rickshaws.
14
For
to
quite-
30
for
is
quicker-
what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Oh, okay. We're not. That's right. We're not on the very floor. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, sure. I like an hour.
I guess
An
we are
hour's
on
fine.
14, yeah.
Hour's cool. Probably.
Oh, okay. See you in an hour.
And quickly start running.
Oh, there he goes.
Jeez.
All right, Tem, how many?
Okay.
Let's
Sure.
go.
Sure.
Let's go shopping.
Nik-Nak, what did you find?
Yeah, the batteries. There's batteries.
No.
Are you with us now?
I'm coming with you because that was the reason.
Yeah.
we made
Okay,
before.
yeah.
And
I won't
then
outpace you, but I'll quickly. Come on, Anara, let's go.
You're not gonna use me to try to charge batteries again this time.
No,
I
no,
have a thing on a
no.
different floor.
Okay.
that I'll tell you about.
We just. I need some.
And then,
Yeah.
under my breath, as Tem's, behind us, it seemed like they had some sort of plan going on, so.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna question this.
No, it's better to not know. I'm learning.
As long as they don't die.
I trust them not to do anything, hopefully, too crazy.
I'm sure they'll be okay. Anara's got her wits about her, and I don't think anything could kill Nik-Nak.
As we're headed down, as we pass the 10th floor of the textiles again, Tem's not paying attention. He's just like,
What else they got over there?
Yeah, I'm not really much for armor, but new digs might be kind of fun. Do you know a lot about clothes, Tim? You seem to have an affinity for these textiles that include like style and fashion.
well, in the sense that fashion is cultural and can mean many things to different people, I guess you could say, and I like to think I have a good sense of style. Kind of like my flair of my beautifully embroidered robe.
You're looking sharp.
But you clearly have your own very unique sense of artistry with this beautiful wrapping and your
thank you.
lack of chest coverage.
Yeah, I'm a less is more kind
What
of a
culture
person.
is that from?
Well, I'm assuming it's somewhere hot.
That's correct. And, everyone is dressed exactly like me, where I'm from.
Well, typically you would have loose layers of fabric when you're in a hot environment because that allows the heat to dissipate more rather than tight constricting clothing. So I'm assuming somewhere hair-sod desert, somewhere in that general vicinity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. See, you can learn a lot through the cultural meanings of clothing, textiles. They bring people together. They tell you about who they are and what's important to them. So, just by your uniform as well too. It shows inclusion. It shows a sense of identity and what you want to show to the world. So all those choices are very deliberate, even if they don't really seem so at first.
Yeah, I agree with you. What? Did you want?
I
Clothing?
keep getting hurt a lot. So just maybe a little something extra.
Yeah, I mean,
it hurts. It hurts a lot more getting punched in real life.
I did just
than
get
I thought that
shot
it
through
would.
the shoulder.
It really,
so,
it really hurts a
you
lot.
know, it's not a nice thing for sure.
Yeah.
And like I mean, my skin is different than yours. You're both more, thinner skinned than I am, but even that only goes so far. It's not exactly a nice thing to be punctured like that. So if there's something that I can find to maybe have a little bit of extra protection too, I'm not opposed to that.
Have neither of you really seen battle before I met you?
In
A mock
theory.
battle? Like,
All right.
Those answers tell you everything.
Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, they don't really let us use our full strength, our full abilities in school.
It's a shame.
Not in class, anyways.
My knowledge is mostly historical and theoretical, but it should all apply in the real world.
Well, I guess I would say it does. I've seen both of you in battle a few times now. Pretty good for first timers.
I more recently have been discovering my proficiencies, let's say, that I can use to help others, but I'm nowhere near as strong or cool as Basil and Anara seem to be with their giant scissor blade and scary sword.
They are really something, aren't they?
Speaking of, you're finally climbing back up to from the 14th floor back up to the 30th and above. At this point, a lot of as you kind of climb up, do notice at this hour a lot of the vaults and stores and shops in these different various levels do tend to close at night. There are a couple that remain open, some that you will see that were open that were not before, and a good amount of the population has also seemed to have retired for the evening. The streets are pretty bare. Halls of this city are pretty bare at this hour. But you get up to at least where you were before, that big, massive, gated floor. And it says authorized personnel only. And there's that vent.
I'll point to the vent and nudge Basil.
How high up is the thing from there?
12 feet.
12 feet. Can you just jump it? Use my herringon hop to jump the 10 feet and just kind of like use my scissor to like stab into it to like grab it and just stab into it and like pull my hand up and just like come on, grab on and just give a ledge to.
Yeah, I'll hop on the sledge hog. Or are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you watch this. They just scamper immediately to that vent.
Keeping watch.
Yeah. I'll just shout down to Anara.
Just, let us know if someone's coming.
For sure.
Alright, so I get up there.
Yeah. You can, like scamper, crawl up. Basil. I will say the vent is too small for Sledgehog.
Yeah, that's fine.
Keep an eye on Sledge.
For sure.
Alright, you ready?
And just like king, like pop over the vent and just like try to scurry on up and grab Nik-Nak behind me.
You're almost expecting stealth, slippery, but
It's Nik-Nak and Basil.
She's not expecting that at all.
yeah, maybe you weren't expecting it. But
She has to like catch the vent before it
or
falls to the
rather,
ground.
you hope for some semblance of
Some
stealth, but they literally
decorum
just
in the house.
scramble up, and one of them jams a giant blade into a metal vent and rips it off the wall, and then they scamper down inside.
You just constantly hear like the can opener sound like metal in there.
As the
just
sword like,
scooted up.
scrapes the inside of the vent as they go up. And like Sledgehog just like kind of watches them disappear.
Guess we wait.
He just very intently just watches that vent. It's very much like when like an owner leaves the dog home alone and the dog just sits at the door and just waits. It's exactly what Sledgehog is doing
Just
for
sit down
Nik-Nak.
next to the sledge and keep an eye out on passers-by.
Just intently watching that vent. You two crawling through the vent. It goes for a good 10 feet before you get to the other vent and the other side of that wall, basically.
Can you pop it open?
Yeah, can I just try like?
Well, before, hold on. Is there anyone down there?
Oh, yeah. I guess we should look first. Just take a peek through to
Make
see.
your perception check.
That would be a 14.
14. You kind of peek through the slats in the vent. This floor seems to be a lot unlike many of the others, where it's less so like separated into these like halls and vaults. There's a lot more like open spaces that you see a lot of sort of generator-looking clockwork machines that are just constantly pumping electricity or magic throughout the building that either power some of these doors or elevators. There are a few guards that you spot. There are a couple that are like making rounds and just slowly weaving through things. You only count 3 total in the immediate vicinity. One is a good like 30 feet away, walking away from you. You see another one further away, 60 feet away, that seems to be like climbing down from a little like watch post area. They seem to be like done with that area and they're climbing down from it. And there's one much further away that has a like very heavy crossbow, kind of like in their lap, and they're holding
My
it.
shoulder.
What was the perception check again?
14.
14? Oh, okay. From this vantage point, you see that person with the heavy crossbow is in a stool, kind of in another one of those like outlook kind of perches, but he's like slumped over, and you can see his head is his back. And from this distance, seems to be asleep.
Sledge.
3.
Don't look at the vent.
You see that one eye sails and then the other one.
People will know that. Do you want him to be caught? Okay. Don't look at the vent. Don't look at the vent. Try not to look at the vent.
You see like a little bit like even oil leaks out at one of those before eventually the head he kind of like turns away and the eyes kind of shut a little bit.
I'll try to. Is there enough room for us to be like 2 abreast?
Yeah.
Okay.
With you two, you're both small.
Okay, I'll just squeeze up next to him and look myself.
He looks asleep.
Yeah. That's 3, and then I think we could take him. I think we should be stealthy. I don't know.
Yeah.
How many batteries do you see in there?
Yeah, we're just gonna look. As far as like anything like, because Nik-Nak doesn't
he just heard arcane batteries and he was like, great.
That.
Does there anything that looks like we could actually pick up and take? Or
you can choose one of 3 checks to make: Arcana, Investigation, or Perception. They'll each give you different things.
That's not good. Investigation. Investigation. The 13.
13. Your knowledge of like these kind of more new age contraptions, this clockwork technology, arcanium when it's been refined, stripped of any of its magical properties, becomes a very potent fuel, and you can kind of see that there is a large generator-y looking machine kind of thing. But you see the way that it's set up, it doesn't look like... There are other ones that look more, oh, okay, it's clearly pumping water or like fuel or something. One machine looks more like a very rudimentary version, a sort of like mini version of a refining machine that will take raw arcanium, refine it into refined arcanium, so it strips it from magic and turns it into fuel. You see one of those kind of like, maybe only 20 feet by like 30 feet, kind of in a little corner one place, that does have a sort of like a couple of mining cart kind of looking storage things full of raw arcanium. And then you see that on the other end seems to be an area where only one late night kind of employee is taking out these long kind of like drawers, almost like morgue drawers from the other side of it, and picking up these like larger, duller red crystals out and kind of loading them into something to be taken off to one of those generators.
All these guys are like wearing like gloves and such. Like okay,
He's got like some sort of basic kind of coverall kind of outfit on, boots.
Well,
Overall and boots.
you want to go for the raw stuff or the dogs? should we go for the drawers?
I think raw could be fun, but I imagine that the drawers could have some new stuff in it. I don't know.
We should try the drawers. I think we should try the drawers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But hold on, and I'll see if there's like, is the vent screwed in at all or something?
Yeah.
And I grab like my tool, like
Yeah.
and then just sort of.
And I'll just like hold it in
Yeah,
place,
hold
so
it
like
up.
if it doesn't, as soon as it's done, it doesn't like fall or anything else.
Try to be quiet about it.
Both of you make stealth checks for me real quick.
I'm not rolling that thing anymore.
Yeah, he's not into too.
I'm gonna go with my deduction at
16.
16?
23.
23. You're kind of like fiddling with and get the vent kind of unscrewed, and it like drops a little bit, but you're able to like grab it first, and there's like an ever so faint like squeak sound as it like pops free, and you grab it, and you kind of like see that the nearest guard, only about 30 feet away, faced away from you still, stops. They stop like mid-step. There's a pause a moment before. That's you! And then he keeps going.
Somewhere Tem.
Let's see. It's
Sing now.
it's still like a 12-foot drop.
On this side of the door, it's closer to like a 10. It's
Okay.
There seems to have been like maybe a step or two up in mid door.
Okay. I would like to start moving toward what I presume to be the refined arcanium drawers. And if there is a chance that like a guard will come, I would like to cast catapult and shoot something away from where we're going.
Yeah,
very much like they're over there.
Yeah, my thought would be to mirror that as while holding on to the crate thing, just chuck it in the opposite direction that we are while still holding on to it, basically.
Awesome. Both of you give me deception checks, but with advantage.
Mm,
22.
nice. 14.
14.
You're able to sort of like drop down from the vent and slowly like serpentine your way through all the little like areas and little walkways and catwalks of all this more industrial floor, and you get up to the little area where the refinement kind of machine is. So far, undetected. And at the moment, only that one person seems to be working it at the moment. Who's like on the side with the drawers, kind of like waiting for it, and one drawer will kind of like pop open for you. Alright, unlocks it, pulls it out, takes the refined arcanium out, sets it down into another one of those like mining cart kind of things. Closes the drawer. Once the cart is full, he kind of like pulls a lever and it kind of goes off on its own and replaced with an empty one. And he sort of just like waits for the next one.
Sledge, you're looking at the vent again. That. What do we do? Do we kill him?
We can just
Knock him out or something?
trip him and nab him and grab him. I don't know.
Sure,
Yeah.
get into any trouble. Anara's with them.
I only have one idea, but I don't know if it'll really work.
What is it?
I mean, I pull out this little like hag amulet. It's like, I don't know what this thing does all the time, but sometimes it might blind them. So like, we can maybe blind him real quick and then just grab it while he's confused and then run away.
Yeah, that
But
works.
if it doesn't work,
What do you mean
I don't.
what do you mean you don't know it does all the time?
Well, I don't know if it'll always work all the time. It could do other stuff.
What else does it do?
I mean, I can maybe curse him. I can maybe hurt myself and then maybe heal him by accident. I don't know. or maybe I could just make him feel real dumb. I don't know. Maybe a little enfeebled.
I've got this.
And it's the orb that casts flash.
No,
Oh, that's always worked. Just flash him.
Well, even if I do that, then you have to really like get it and go.
Okay, so you be ready to flash and I'll be ready to grab him.
Where's the door? Where's the exit?
the vent?
We're going back through the vent.
Yeah, I guess is there any like?
Is there
exit or, like,
actually
escape?
actual? Because there was a locked door, right?
yeah, there's like the big locked door, but it's more of like a giant industrial kind of like.
Oh, we couldn't open that like quickly.
Ooh.
Okay, it doesn't sound like we'd be able to.
Yeah, I got vent. Great. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Last resort, because maybe we can just like
Yeah,
really quickly.
sure.
so we'll sneak up as close as we can to this dude.
What
and-
floor is the jail on?
Hard cut to like screen white. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ka-ching.
we have to do a breakout.
Awesome. Real quick, just want to shoot back over to Harmony, Tem, and Zakkai. You kind of get down to the lower floors. There's the third floor, which is the armorers and smithies. At this late hour, it's even still you kind of like walk onto the floor, and it is a drastic increase in temperature, even at the evening. But you see a lot more like of those kind of similar sort of vents that other floors have that are like left completely open and kind of creates a cross breeze. You see a lot of like shops closing up. A lot of them have already been closed. There are one or two that still like remain open. You do see that there's like a small like smithy off to the side which has remained open, and there's also one or two like armorers that have like stayed open as well. Like a smithy, there's one person who will like create or mend or tweak things, and then there's the armorer who will sell you like fully completed things.
What are you primarily looking for?
I was hoping maybe just some sort of addition or adjustment to my, just my leather top already to maybe make it a little sturdier or something. Just so things don't hurt quite as much. It looks like that shop over there would do that.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah, I guess just the.
Yeah,
The smithy that
walk over
does
to
the
them.
alterations.
Yeah.
So you see inside, there's a single female dwarf, but on the shorter side. Well, tall for a dwarf, so like almost 5 feet tall. She's got like her hair in 3 large kind of like like braids that kind of create like hoops behind her head. There is wearing a thick leather kind of aprons, face and arms kind of smudged with soot, and there's like clearly like scar residue on fingertips from burns probably, but she looks pretty hardy. She seems to be like in the middle of like getting ready to close up the shop. She may have like stayed open hoping to see more people, but not a lot of people came in, so now she's kind of like winding things down. But as you kind of like walk in, she like was like taking things off the shelf, sees you, and then starts putting them back on the shelf and puts the thing down. Hey, welcome. She kind of runs over and like big kind of meaty dwarf hands like grabs your hand. Even though she's like smaller than you, her hands are like twice her size. Like, grabs you and like shakes your hand like, hey, welcome. Hi, guys.
Good evening.
Hello.
Late night shoppers.
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to wrap up some business.
It takes a long time getting between all the floors.
Oh, I don't ever leave this one. It's why. And with the short legs, you have any idea how long those stairs take me?
Oh, I'm sure a very long time.
Days. Hey guys, hi, I'm Sasha, and hold on, where's my partner? Oh, and she kind of like ducks down and like blows a lot of like soot off of a little pile and lifts off like a like kind of leather rag, and there's like a albino like white furred very overweight rat that she kind of picks up and puts on her shoulder.
Love it.
I'm Sasha, and this is Mincemeat. How can I
So cute. Well, I know it's a little late, but I was hoping there may be something I could buy or some alteration that you could make to just my, like, the vest that I have, maybe to make it, not hurt quite so much.
She kind of like walks up to you and sort of she clearly has no concept of personal space, because as you're talking, she's already reaching out, grabbing your elbow, and pulls your arm forward, and she's looking at your braces with the kind of the xylophone things on them.
I'm like not turned off. Like that's fine. I'm just, I made those.
This is great. This is crazy. But like I feel like like a whole solid piece of metal is gonna protect your wrist a lot better than just like this little piece.
Oh well, it's not really for protection so much as and then I'll just kind of like run my hand across the back and make the little like kind of tinkling scale, and just make sort of like little mini fireworks kind of go on. It's a little more.
Oh, you one of those. You're one of those. You got magic. We got people like you all the time coming in here. What is it with you guys and magic? For some reason, the only thing you guys can't seem to make happen is keeping yourselves like from getting hit and stuff. What's with that? Why you you guys can control weather and shit, but arrows.
Oh, I can only focus on so many things at once, and sometimes in trying to focus on, maybe shaping a spell or helping aiding a friend, and then I get punched in the back, and I didn't see it coming, and it hurts a lot more than I thought it would.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she kind of like she can do an insight check on you, Harm.
I just love that. The mental image of punched in the back.
Yeah.
Punch in the back is great.
Yeah. I don't think I've been shot yet.
Tem rolling his shoulder, yeah.
I actually haven't taken that much damage, but I think I've gotten hit like once or twice. And I'm like, oh my god, ow! I probably got Eldritch blasted, is what it was.
I think you.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, sure, but like, you got like you want to keep the theme, the motif?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe I might be able to help you. I got a couple of ideas.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think I got anything that fits you.
Well, it's all right. I wasn't really expecting that you would. My sort of skin does take a beating fine, but I'm looking for maybe something a bit more specific, some sort of.
Let me see. She kind of like walks over to like the largest like breastplate that she has. And walks over and holds it up to you, and it's still like just fits right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get the very important part.
I mean, sure, but I don't think that was where it's always going to get hit.
Hey, I mean, I work made to order as well, but it's going to take a little while.
Yeah, we're not going to be in town for very long, unfortunately, and
a lot of passers through.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
We're big trade hub. I got it.
And what I was looking for would be more. I mean, cloth is kind of my thing, so and I know that doesn't necessarily lend to very much protection. So I may need something more enhanced than what you might be able to provide here.
You know what's better than cloth? And she picks up a shield. Metal.
Oh yeah, I mean I got a wood one of those and it does pretty well for me. So
You know what's better than wood? Metal.
Yeah, I tend to stick to them, those materials, but I appreciate that.
Types. Everyone's got against rock and metal, but all right. How about you, Pretty?
Well, I also don't need metal. I like to be a little bit lighter on my feet. Anything?
You don't say. She looks up and down and sees no shoes, no shirt,
All service.
I got stuff that fits you.
You have anything on like the lighter, or I mean, even something more like of a medium weight would be fine. But it's important to me to be able to move.
I got hide, like animal hide.
All right,
That
I'll take a look.
That could be sexy.
That
It
feels
is
his vibe.
skin,
All
technically.
right, I'll check out what you got.
Just a sheer animal.
Depends on what kind of fur it's made from, though.
Leave a little bit of fur on.
Slightly curly, yeah.
It's like fur paste.
Doesn't have an Austin Powers chest.
Yeah.
She kind of like got.
Does that stick on?
She has a sort of like vest looking kind of made out of animal hide that has fur on like the kind of around the neck and the shoulders. Vest so you can leave it open if you absolutely wanted to. This here is just from hide from animals in the freelands, so it might give you a little bit of protection. It's the freelands and it's
I don't know a lot about the freelance. What kind of animal is that?
I don't know.
Can I see if I know what it might be from?
Yeah, I'd do a nature check.
Sure.
It's nature.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
Wow.
is
For a
the
total of 21.
You recognize it as owlbear hide.
Nice.
Oh, cool. And it does seem like that might do some pretty good protection. Owlbear, and they're pretty ferocious and known for being quite hardy.
All right. Well, how much you selling this one for?
Oh, this one, I don't know, 20 gold?
20 gold. I mean, I guess I don't really know if that's a good price for it or not. Tim, you know quite a bit about garments.
Yeah. I mean, this is a little outside the wheelhouse, being made from an organism, but silk comes from bugs, so I know about that. I can.
No shit, silk comes from bugs?
It does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that either.
I mean, I guess I will grab my monocle and kind of just grab it, run my finger along the seam and kind of do a little inspection and be like, decent quality it seems. Maybe a little imperfection there. I mean, the fur trimming is nice, but it's not adding anything necessarily to it, I would say. I'd say you're okay off with this, but 20 gold, I don't know.
Oh, you guys are those shoppers.
It's late as well, too, and I know you probably want to be getting home. Well, I guess this is your home, but closing up shop.
It is. I live upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But, so
Maybe some sort of package deal, discount arrangement if we both get something.
Oh, sure. Actually, I've got something in mind for you. Just because you gave me an idea. And I
What were you thinking?
And she kind of again moves up to you and grabs your elbows and pushes them up and then it starts poking at your sides.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, there's all these little kind of decorative not rivets, but the little kind of little metal buttons that hold the two pieces of like clothing together. There's this one and this one.
Idols? No.
Whatever it's called. And she kind of like, hold on, and like runs over and comes back with like a little length of like wire, and she kind of like pushes up one up against you and like wraps one end around the little kind of button and kind of pulls it and wraps the other end around the button really tightly, and then she like plucks it and like ding.
Oh.
I think that you're onto something.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
right?
keep going.
I like that whole like wearable instrument thing. That's pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
That gave me an idea. You want the best or not?
How tough is tough?
She like pulls it. Look, it's leather hide. I don't know what you want from me.
Is it just like leather armor?
It's hide armor.
I don't know what that does.
It's
You're currently wearing nothing?
No, I'm wearing leather.
No.
Hides medium, 12 plus dex, max 2. At least according to this page.
So then it would be still
You have
14.
the same AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll pass. Fur's not my thing.
That's great. But
If you know of any enchanted cloth dealers that might be willing to craft something.
well, I mean, they're gonna have something like that up on 10, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool place. I figured.
Sorry, I ain't got nothing like that. But I mean, what else do I got? I got shields. I got
Yeah, one of those.
I got that leather armor. I got that hide armor. I got some basic leather armor. I got.
It's totally fine. Harmony, though, does that seem like something that you would be interested in?
I do love the idea. What would it be like? Like studded armor?
No, there's actually one I have. Once I'm able to find it. I'll say that she sort of like proposes what she wants to do,
Yeah.
And basically would be to kind of like string together the little buttons and stuff on the outfit to have these little strips of like wire that could be plucked and used that way. It would be considered studded leather armor. It is a +1 studded leather armor, and it gives you the feature that as a bonus action you can pluck one of them as a reaction when you're hit by an attack you can spend a bardic inspiration, roll that bardic inspiration die, and add it to your AC.
Oh.
For that.
Also a studded +1. That's good.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
For that
on its
attack.
own, that's great.
+1 stud.
And you can use it as many times as you have bardic inspiration.
Stop talking about Zakkai like that.
I'm right here.
It's like a shield spell.
Kinda, yeah. And it's shield will guarantee you like 5 to your AC. This is you roll whatever your.
Oh,
Yeah,
kinda
so
like
it
my
could be a
evasive
1 or it
footwork
could be
idea.
a 6, yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously I love what you're proposing. Would you be able to finish it tonight?
Sure. I mean, it's just I can do that.
How much would that cost me?
Well, okay. It's rush job, but you know what? It's not too much work, and the supplies are just you got like grabs like this fistful of like kind of wires and kind of wraps them around. I got plenty of them. And when I call it, I don't know, 15 gold pieces.
Well, that sounds great to me. Sure.
All right.
All
All right, convince me. We gotta work.
Let's go. And I'm just like step back up on the thing and like twirl around. I'll take my boots off, my heels off.
Get more
Since she's
accurate
kinda
height
short,
measurement.
yeah.
Height measurement there.
Officially making the party shoeless for a good second.
Oh.
Temporarily, but I still have my stockings.
Upstairs, Basil and Nik-Nak.
So
Prepping for
Yeah.
him to pull out the thing, and then we're gonna
yeah.
flash. I'll grab it, and then try to go.
Basically.
You see that you eventually kind of work out there's a bit of a rhythm to it where like the big machine will like click and spur and like release like a jet of steam before the next one kind of comes out. He pulls open the thing, pulls it out, and he's taken the arcane out, kind of inspects it, and puts it in, putting it back. But while he's like going through the business, what are you guys doing?
Almost just trying to sneak around, almost behind him, like
Yeah,
shadowing him.
yeah,
just-
trying to like get as close to just. I mean, the flash is really just for if we get seen.
Mhm.
If there's absolutely no way of grabbing it, then we'll just use it, I would imagine, and then sprint the fuck out.
Each give me another stealth check.
Oh Dirty 20.
30?
Also dirty 20.
Nice.
It's one of those moments where like if it were like an awesome cinematic masterpiece, the camera would kind of be on him and like slowly moving. Every single time that he like reaches up, his like shoulder moves, and behind him is like Basil, who is perfectly shaped right behind the shoulder and like dips back and like slides behind something else. He moves and pulls open the drawer, and the drawer perfectly like covers where Nik-Nak was kind of scrambling down like an area. And it's just a little perfect little intricate push me pull you of like see me don't see me,
Yeah.
as you kind of both like cartoon Scooby-Doo style like pop in and out of areas before you see that he's kind of
like
like
ears
turns
pop
away. As he like turns away again, you both like slowly peek over the edge, and you're at that one like minecart kind of like receptacle, and there's a good like handful of like larger chunks of refined arcanium inside.
I'll just hold open the craftsman bag.
Yeah, and I'll take my blade and just kind of like scoop it in and just like shovel it in and just as many as I can.
Yeah.
They all disappear inside. No sound of them hitting the bottom.
Right.
Bucket.
Start running out.
You're able to, with those stealth checks, are able to kind of get past him and work your way back through the area and get to that vent.
Nice.
And then I'll just slowly like put the vent thing back on and just screw it back in and
Screwed in.
just scurry back out. Just to the
Sledgehog was finally just not looking for more than maybe like 45 seconds before a sound, and then just moves back to it, and he almost hits you for making him miss it.
I guess they're coming back. Is anyone around?
No. Still pretty late. But then you see like rabbit ears and little kobold kind of peek out of the vent.
You're done?
Alright, we got it. We got what we needed.
mission accomplished.
Thanks, Hops.
No
Thank you for checking out. Did anyone come by?
Nope.
Oh, good. How was Sledge?
Good.
Oh, really? Look, doesn't like to listen all the time.
Well, he just looked at the vent the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But no one came by, so it's good.
Wonderful.
Let's go.
Good job.
What did you?
I need to go to the 11th floor.
What's there?
I'm not sure.
Neat. Okay. Want some company?
Maybe you could watch while I go in?
Sure. We
Sure.
trade roles.
Yeah.
Do you want to take Sledgehog in with you and then?
Nope.
Just like the eyes like drop a little bit.
It's okay, buddy. It's fine.
We tried.
Wait do you see what we got? Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Successful.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We got rock candy.
Lots of delicious rock candy. So why they would put it in a restricted area?
Yeah, so on the way, I don't know. I forgot where the armor was.
Is that 10th floor you guys were on?
We're on the third floor.
Oh, they're on
We're like waiting.
Okay, so on our way down, I want to go to the place where I saw those markings between, I think you said the 11th and the 12th floor.
Mm-hmm.
This place needs a slide.
That'd be fun.
Big fireman's pole.
Mm-hmm.
And you said there was like an entrance way there.
It was sort of a like service alley between two of the larger vaults on this floor. That it's just a narrow workers area where, as you even kind of peek down into it, it looks like any other kind of workers stash. Where like there's a couple left behind bit boxes here and there, but it's clearly a like service maintenance.
Okay, so I'll go in just a little ways and see if I see any other symbols.
Give me a perception check.
It's a 17.
17. Moving down into the just
And
even a
I'll
little
tell
bit.
I'll tell these guys.
Okay, I was about to be like, what you doing? Is like what kind of movement she's doing, and like
Just
is she
don't-
looking like an obvious tourist
Just
sort of
wait
thing?
here.
Okay.
What should we do if someone comes by?
Act natural.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Shuffling our feet around.
Yeah, just like twirling the plate.
This Sledgehog like turns in, like clamps down into his little sphere and just slowly starts rotating because
That's natural.
Yeah. But as you kind of like move down and even just a few feet into it, you see along the inside of the alley there are a couple more of those hexagonal symbols on the walls.
I'll keep going.
You keep kind of like moving down the service area before like you get a decent amount of ways where Nik-Nak and Basil are maybe 60 plus feet behind you before you kind of see a couple figures that almost didn't look like they were there before, but you kind of see pulling off the wall what you thought was just like some trash can was a shadow that kind of like moves and stands. There are two figures. One much shorter, probably only maybe halfling or gnome, you're not quite sure, and a taller, more burly figure. You recognize them only because you've seen them before. You haven't had much interaction with them before. Back of your order, they were kind of like their nickname was the Debt Collectors. Two members of the monastery that are tasked with going out and collecting on debts that are not paid to the monastery for the gifts that you received. You see that the shorter one kind of pulls their hood back. It is indeed like a halfling woman. You only recognize her by name as Malosi, Hexen Malosi. The taller figure you can see is wearing a sort of like scarf wrapped around the lower half of their face, but you can tell they are a half-orc individual. You recognize him as Hexen Anku. Before they kind of like step out and the halfling kind of like crosses her arms. You're a long way from home, Hexen.
I saw the symbols and wondered if this was a place where my people resided.
Temporarily.
Well, I don't want to interfere in any monastery business, but we're always told to look out for the symbols. Is there anything I can assist with?
Unfortunately, no. We're here for reasons that you have yet to prove yourself worthy of understanding, but doesn't mean that we won't be able to use you. But we actually had a question for you.
For me?
It's a bit awkward. How did we mention it? How did we put it earlier? And she kind of like glances up to Hexen Anku, who just kind of like is very much more brash and kind of like less formalities about it before he just kind of steps forward. Hexen Anara, you're chasing a life that is no longer yours.
What? What do you mean?
Going to places with heavy trade, looking for people, and people that trade in people. You are chasing a life that is not yours anymore.
Well, it was never mine, but he was taken from my family.
That indeed is a shame. And I do feel for you. My heart goes out to you.
Do I get the sense that his heart does go out to me?
Make an insight.
Does his heart go on?
to me?
Don't love
That's
me.
a 22.
22.
Hell yeah.
It does in a very cold, distant way. Where he almost feels sorry for you rather than kind of like feels for you. There's only forward after what you've been through, after what we've been through. There is no going back. That life is gone. That person does not exist.
I understand. Good luck in your pursuits, your business here. I won't trouble you, and I'll head back out the corridor.
What's your passive perception?
16.
16. You hear them sort of like mumble and whisper to each other a little bit. Can't quite make out what they say, but it is, at least tone-wise, in no way are they like disciplinary or disapproving or anything that you're doing. It's more so, again, whatever they whisper to each other was along the lines of like, that poor girl.
Okay.
But eventually, you two hear kind of Anara come out of the alleyway.
I was mistaken. Let's go meet the others.
Should she have like a...
You have like what kind of face
Yeah.
is she showing?
Make insight checks.
Kind.
If she is, I guess, trying to like...
Is she emoting at all?
17.
10.
Both better than my 8 on perception. So, yeah, she's very upset about something.
You
And Anara's definitely the kind where she's already pretty quiet and kind of
Yeah,
deliberate in
I
the way
mean-
she speaks. Now it's a bit more...
Did you find
get
bad
gotten the
news?
sense talking to Anara over the time you've known her that she's very kind of just direct and blunt. She doesn't have a lot of guile about her. She's sort of she's not good at the interpersonal stuff, really, of hiding what she thinks. She's quite good at reading people, but not good at hiding what she thinks. So yeah, she's not being truthful. She wasn't mistaken, but
Bad news. Or just no
it
news?
wasn't what I hoped. But let's find the others out. I can explain.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we're here. And we'll keep moving.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Let's meet up everyone else and see what they found.
Sounds good.
Mincemeat, I think this is some of my best work.
Woo!
Sasha kind of steps back.
It's looking pretty good, I gotta say.
Oh.
Providing you pay the gold amount, Harmony, you can add bardic leather armor to your inventory.
I already took some money out.
Before he closes up, can I take another like glance around his stuff for like materials for studded leather? Studded leather.
Yeah, 1 second.
Isn't high 12 AC?
That's a good question. I closed it before.
I thought it was, and yours is right now 11. Your leather.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll give you +1, I think.
If I want to pay 15, I don't have a lot of money left.
15 is steel.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, it's worth 10. So I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't.
If it does
we don't know how the
anything.
money like transfers in this world anyway.
We don't know if it also does anything else
Yeah,
aside from it just a jam.
that's also true.
Food for thought.
I'll say, give me an investigation check real quick, Zakkai.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. I'll give you one of these. As you're kind of like picking through like the materials and supplies and stuff like that, and with, I'll say, Tem being around, who is more of an expert on like textiles and stuff like that, is kind of able to help like point you in certain directions. And you're able
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
You kind of like eventually just like and just dig your arm down in there and fish around, and you grab something that has like a bit of an edge, like not an edge, what do you call it, a hem to it that has more of like a stiffness to it, and you grab it and you pull it out, and it is a mantle, a sort of like short, like only upper chest and shoulders kind of cape, like one of those like top part.
Like
Yeah.
pauldrons, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a black mantle with gold kind of trim with a red interior, and it has like a faint, as you like touch it, I'll say, because you and you are both in tune with like, all three of you really, but are more in tune with like magic, you can tell that it is a magical object of some kind.
That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Just found that at the bottom of the bin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that thing. It's not gonna like help protect you or anything, but if you're good with magic, that'll help you out.
In what way?
I'll tell you. Basically, twice per short rest, you can give yourself advantage on a spell attack roll.
Fresh. That's great.
That is pretty good. All right. Well, since it doesn't do much for protection, how much are you asking for this?
Well, I mean, it's on the older side or whatever. 10 gold pieces or something? Sounds right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mincemeat.
Toss 10 gold over. The rat.
Yeah. Just imagine the fat rat baby from Spirited Away. But a rat. Now he wasn't a baby before. Always a rat.
What's it called again?
It's just the mage mantle.
Mage mantle.
And now you still don't have to wear a shirt.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it'll
For everyone
That's
else.
what's
Work.
really important here.
Everyone wins.
Magical crocodile.
Magical crop. Yes.
If it exists, I will find it. All right. Well, thanks.
Sure.
I'm gonna put that away.
Sorry I couldn't help you much, big guy.
No worries.
I mean, if anything, it opened my eyes a little bit. Maybe I should, stock up on larger sizes and stuff. Forgive me, though. I'm a little gal. So.
There are all sorts of people in the world, and some things are built for some and not for others. So I don't take any offense.
Well, that's real damn nice of you, but all right, yeah.
Just like attempt, yeah, I'm used to it.
But size inclusivity is always good.
Sure, yeah, you're absolutely right. Every once in a while we get some of the larger folk through here. Well, everyone's larger folk to me, but extra larger folk.
Don't knock any materials. Metal and stone and all those things are good, but you never know what can come in handy in a pinch.
You say that, and her little dwarf brain is like. You're, if you say anything but metal or stone,
Yeah.
you've lost me. But she's just kind of like,
Well, this has been great.
Sasha, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mincemeat, a pleasure.
I mean,
Can I pet him?
yeah, sure. Kind of hands him off to you.
Hey, guy.
I just want to see if you keep in your hand or not. He does.
I just kind of up and down so that he goes.
Yeah, he kind of jiggles with it. He's a fat rat.
Look at him. He's very good.
Adorable.
This is the most attention he's seen.
Do you like?
That's nice. Thanks.
Come on, he's so friendly.
Yep, he can stay over there.
You don't mean any harm, do ya?
No, he seems real nice. Like I said, good to meet him.
Thank you. Thanks, Sasha. I think we've got some people to meet up with. But you have a good night.
Sure.
We'll be sure to stop by if we pass through again.
Yeah, please do.
On our way
Always
back
open.
from Grisha.
Well, not always open. Oh, Grisha, okay.
Just one more to hammer that home.
Everywhere we go.
There we go.
Anyways, thank you.
Bye. Yeah, we'll start making our way the last 3 floors. Yeah?
On our way back down, to meet them, I'm gonna. Anara, do you have one of those, like a quill or something?
Sure.
Can
What do you
I
need?
borrow it real quick?
Yeah. I'll pull out my calligraphy stuff.
Thanks. Can I use your back?
Sure.
I'll pull out the piece of paper that I got from the Featherwing post, and I'll write down floor 30 restricted, silly guards, arcanium batteries, send bully face and sneak foot. and I'll roll it up, and I'll put it into the craftsman's bag.
Kind of, the scroll goes into the bag, disappears. No sound of it hitting the bottom.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem.
No problem.
Where did we say we'd meet the others?
By
the entrance?
Yeah.
You're leaving now.
Yeah,
right?
the gate's leaving. Yeah.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
More walking.
You want to sit on Sledge for a minute?
Sure. And just kind of like, just plop on top of it. I need to oil
Sledge
my
is
leg
get
soon.
Sledge is happy to carry. He doesn't get tired.
I'll do some maintenance next time we get a chance to rest.
Thanks.
I feel like as you guys come
Yeah,
come
just-
down the stairs, I would just be like, all right, just punch me one time, just right in the middle.
Are you sure? Do I have your consent?
Tam kind of just standing off to the side watching us like.
Yes, one time.
1, 2.
Roll an unarmed strike.
I guess would he get
10.
advantage
10?
because she's
Does he
trying
get
to get
No, it just like
Oh, okay.
you just like it just feels like a lot harder, and you get little like the little like imprints of the
string.
The
The
strings,
Oh,
yeah. And I'm just like,
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that seemed like it worked pretty well.
Pretty good stuff.
wow.
You didn't ruin your style or anything either.
Wow, what
She
did we
does
miss?
great work.
Oh, hey. Harmony
You like my
Function.
new addition?
That's
New
fine.
duds.
I like spin around.
Nice.
Yeah. What about y'all? Successful at whatever you were doing?
Oh yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Great.
good.
Well, I guess we'll start trekking, right?
Let's
Should
get away
we-
from the city and then camp.
Yeah.
There's multiple exits from the building, right? So
Yeah.
can we go to
Side one.
yeah? Should we go to the east
Let's
the
head
east exit and
Let's head toward Grisha at least for an hour or two, and then
Hmm.
Double back.
double back,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah. I agree.
Sure.
maybe on our way
We can waste the time. It's fine.
maybe on our way around, if we're just kind of going around the building, we can at least try to see if any sort of noticeable tracks were left by the whoever moved the crate out
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
headed east.
Might as well take a quick peek.
Keep
I'm
an
not
eye
sure
out
how
for
many
loose
people-
carrots.
Oh, you betcha.
So you exit through the northern part of the building towards kind of Grisha for at least a little while. Anyone who does want to like check the exterior of Kowrie for any kind of signs of travel specifically that you're looking for, you can make a survival check.
Sure.
I'll help you too.
I guess it'd be there wouldn't be much way to
Dirty 20.
17.
17 as well.
Good news and bad news. Good news, you find a shit ton of like tracks and stuff that's leaving this place. Bad news is there's
Wow.
so many you're not quite sure whose it would be. This is like a major trade outpost, so it's of course dozens and dozens of footprints and drag marks and cart marks and stuff kind of.
I guess that makes
Yeah,
sense.
The tracks.
We'll probably have to
Literally.
wait till we get a little closer to our destination
To Grisha!
to pick up any sort of trail.
Just to the outside
Yeah.
space.
Let's head north.
Headed north for what, a couple hours or
Yeah.
an hour or two before.
and then
I mean,
then start moving
yeah, I guess we
around.
wouldn't have to go too far
No.
to see if anyone's like,
Far enough that we're out of,
because it's still
Obvious
pretty
fire
flat,
shot,
rolling
and then-
like grassy
Yeah.
hills.
and then we'll cut across to
Mhm.
the eastern road.
And it's a lot easier to do and make sure that you're not like at least followed by anyone using light. It is dark out now, so you're able to kind of use the cover of darkness to hide your turn basically from going north to east, and for a little bit before finding a place to set up camp. Getting ready for your next journey ahead, and it is going to be a journey there. The edge of the Lost Woods is about 4 days travel from here.
Oh, we, hey picked up our rations
Oh,
on the
yeah.
way out.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
On the way out.
On the way
Yeah.
out, pick up your rations. You
Lot
got
of
1
jerky.
tent and 2 lengths of rope. And I think you all paid. It was the 23 total for everything. I don't know.
I don't think we've
I don't think we
paid that
I
yet.
don't have it in my notes.
No,
I
we
don't
didn't
think
pay
so.
that yet.
What was the? I'll buy the.
Well, is it a checkout at the end where all our stuff is, and then it's like a pay situation? Like, how is that?
I'll say yeah. It's you've been able to kind of do the thing where at different levels you collect what you want and have it sent down.
You get a number being like, oh, here's your pick up our stuff and pay.
And an attendant, I'm sure, will just hand the gold back to whoever each of the shop owners.
Yeah.
Wait, Nik-Nak, do we try a family to feed? Let's try it. Can I disconnect my leg at all?
Yeah.
Can I disconnect my leg and then
That's
use
so funny.
my scissor as a crutch to walk up to the aisle and be like, please, I have a family to feed. Is there any way I could get a discount on this? Harry God's family is so large. We have so many pounds to feed. Please.
You should see the little ones. They're just the
I'm gonna
cutest things.
prestidigitation some extra shiny tears in their eyes.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
The Tiny Tim of it all.
Yeah.
It's there.
Persuasion, you said, with advantage? That's a 19.
19.
God bless us, everyone.
The Tiny Tim act works pretty damn well. Before the guy's eventually is yeah, sure, yeah, just call it 15 gold instead.
Oh, thank you. Ping, 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 ping.
Kind of collects it.
Bless your heart, everyone.
Sure, gods look fondly upon you. He's not quite sure what to say. It's almost that person where you're just greeted with so much destitution and stuff that he has no control or say over, and he's just I'm just gonna try to help and get out of this awkward situation as fast as possible.
Nice. And then just as we turn the corner, get my leg back on, just strutting proudly away. It's
Nice job.
worked like a charm.
Well done.
I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do when you're traveling, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the breakdown?
Yeah. So what's it per?
Share it or just
15 divided by 6.
free?
I'll just do the 15 from there. I'll front it.
Heard.
/ who cares about math?
Nice.
Well,
I save 1 gold per person, basically.
Traveling a little while. For eventually, it gets pretty late in the evening. Are you gonna travel through the night, or do you stop in?
I think
Camp
once,
down for a little
yeah, I think once we've gone a little while out of town in the direction, we can cut off that main path toward Risha, and then maybe another hour before we look for somewhere to rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Does that sound good?
Sure.
So,
Easy enough to do, especially in this area, close enough to this city is at least enough to make sure that you don't run into any big wild beasts or anything like that. You do see the occasional other traveler going the other way, heading to Kowrie. Other than that, not a lot of other activity on the road. You bed down, and you all are able to take and you can do ships and whatnot. But for the sake of brevity, you can take your long rest, and it is an uneventful evening.
Bless.
And next stop, the Lost Woods.
Hey.
Or maybe get there, maybe we won't there. Next time!
Hey.
Woo!
guys.
Black market deals.
Heck yeah.
We love it. The only kind of deals worth making, to be honest.
Absolutely.
You said it, sister.
Diplomacy
Got some good loot.
over aggression.
Yeah.
There we
That was
go.
our first
The first time in D&D
fight ever.
Yeah.
that someone
For
has
us?
stopped a fight.
That was good.
Oh,
Yeah. That was solid.
Nice job. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Join us next time for the next episode of Tale of Terragia. And until then, stay away from the 14th floor.
Yeah.
Good
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.